Republican unity at the White House. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
The Republicans here are united, and we're united in standing strong with President Trump.
Majority Whip John Barrasso after a Senate Republican lunch with the president.
This government has been closed now for 21 days, and the Democrats have had a chance to reopen it 11 times, and each time they voted no.
Republicans say they and the president are open to talks on issues Democrats keep raising, but only if the government reopens first. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
It's day 21 of Donald Trump's government shutdown.
Calling the GOP Rose Garden lunch a pep rally, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries telling reporters Republicans don't have a clue and that expiring Obamacare tax credits are part of a health care crisis that needs to be addressed as part of a bill to reopen government, not after it. Just getting reports of a U.S. Marshal and another person injured during an immigration enforcement operation in Los Angeles. Only preliminary information so far, but acting ICE Director Todd Lyons tells Fox it's part of an increase in violence against ICE agents and their federal partners.
Seems as a vehicle was used again in a ramming incident. Officers had to return fire. It's non-life-threatening injuries, as we're being told right now.
He says violence is becoming the norm and blames the rhetoric used by some elected officials. L.A. police earlier reporting one person shot and one person in custody. Vice President J.D. Vance optimistic about a peace plan for Gaza holding, but he also says the process will take time.
Everybody who's been involved in this conflict can point at one other person. One of these flags can point at another flag and say, we hate that person for various reasons. The way that we're going to get to peace is to focus on the future, which is what the President of the United States has asked us to do.
This as Vance visits Israel. Meantime, Israel's military just announcing Hamas has handed over the remains of 2 more hostages to the Red Cross in Gaza. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why the big wireless companies want you on an unlimited plan? It's because they need you to help cover the cost of the 20-somethings who are using a lot of data every month. Fact is, according to the latest research studies, most people 50 and up, like me, only use 12 gigs or less each month. Don't get bamboozled by big wireless. At Consumer Cellular, pick what suits your needs. Whether it's 1 gig, 5, 10, or unlimited, the point is, pay for exactly what you need and nothing more. We use the same towers as the big guys, but since we don't own and maintain them, we can pass the savings on to you. Our plans start at just $20 a month, and you'll get the best customer service in the business. I want to invite you to join the millions of people who choose something better than big wireless, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
They were given their job before they were even born. Their pronouns are a 12-word manifesto you're forced to memorize or get canceled. They got promoted for checking every identity box except qualified. Their therapy dog is queer, vegan, undocumented, and identifies as a squirrel. They've sued a more qualified man who was hired instead of them and won. They lost track of their actual gender nearly a decade ago, but it's always the opposite of what a person assumes it is. They have absolutely no real-world experience in manufacturing, maintenance, or production, but still get hired on as an engineer. They're the lead runner in a track team despite being in a wheelchair. They talk about the importance of diversity despite only repeating the same ideas as everyone else. When they talk to you, they are mentally ticking boxes to see if you meet their criteria before responding. They never show up to work and still get promoted. Their work always flops, but Hollywood keeps hiring them for some reason. Their race and gender is so ambiguous, Sherlock Holmes died trying to solve it. They work from home and still complain about the work conditions. They still think black people built the pyramids. They is the most DEI person in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do, it's on the job and I never get fired. Stay incompetent, my friend.
That could be a template for today's show, or at least the beginning of it. Hello, everybody. Kimmer is, I'm Pete. That's Flounder. And we're in for a little bit here because Kimmer is either having some kind of medical procedure or he's in a court case. Chicken's parents have finally decided to sue.
Or the neighbors.
The neighbors have finally had enough. They've gone to the small claims court to knock off all the lights. He's still got his Christmas lights up. But Kimmer should be, we're expecting him to be in at some point during the show. He's going to burst in like he does, like the, what's the guy? The Kool-Aid Man. When he bursts through the wall, I'm here, with the jazz hands and all that. So we got a lot going on before he gets here. And if he doesn't get here, well, we are totally prepared to do the whole show, right?
Pickles.
No, don't do that, because people will call up and want to talk about pickles. We're not doing that again. Anyway, I'm Pete Davis. That's Flounder. If you want to join, I forgot the phone number.
The number is 404-741-1230.
Now, let me write that down. What was it one more time?
404-741-1230.
Well, see, I never call it. We don't remember phone numbers anymore. Remember when you were a kid, you had to remember your phone number?
I still remember my house number growing up, 770-448-0739.
Everything was 404 when I was a kid. We had the largest single area code in the world because of Bell South. Let's see, 404-469-7749 is my childhood phone number. Isn't that weird?
It's crazy how you remember that stuff.
And we had to remember that. You might remember your grandparents. You might remember your best friend or two. But other than that,
you didn't know.
No. But when you were older, when you were an adult, you had to remember work. You had to remember your parents. You had to remember your girlfriend or wife or boyfriend or husband or whatever it was. You had to remember all those. We're not as smart as we were back then.
Because of the phone.
That's for sure. So 404-741-1230. We're not talking pickles today, thank God. Anyway, I'm Pete Davis filling in for the Kimmer. We got a lot going on. Finally, let me give you a little rundown. In fact, I forgot to give you the rundown today. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
Okay. All right, here's what we got coming up on the docket until at least Kimmer gets in, and then probably after that as well. I'm going to interview two local filmmakers coming up in about 30 minutes. They've made a film about a woman who mysteriously disappeared from Lenox Square Mall 60 years ago. Never found her. To this day, they don't know what happened to this lady.
Still a mystery.
And you're talking 1965, Atlanta was still relatively a safe place.
Yeah.
But then again, you think of in South Georgia, I don't know if you ever remember the All-Day murders.
What year was...
Oh, that was back in the 60s or 70s. I think it was the 70s, the All-Day murders, where a family in South Georgia was slaughtered on a farm. And I think they actually caught the people who did that. I believe they did, but that was just a major thing. And then there was the Barbara Jane Mackle, if I remember correctly, the lady who was kidnapped and buried underground in a box in a coffin and kept alive with air. And the FBI, it's a great book, and I think a little TV movie made on it, where they caught her, and when they were transporting her, they went right by our house in Decatur.
Really?
When they were going to look for her and everything. They barely caught her before the air ran out. I think they got her, and they caught the guy who did it. Anyway, 404-741-1230. I was going to be talking with two gentlemen, John Fedak and Steve Kendrick, local filmmakers who've made a film about this lady, and it's quite an interesting thing. I'm looking forward to actually seeing
Murder mystery.
A murder mystery. And I'm telling you right now, do you watch true crime? Does Veronica?
I used to watch that, yeah.
It's not just cat ladies anymore.
No.
It's the number one subject and content creator on podcasts. Outside of Joe Rogan, maybe, true crime is the thing.
Number one.
All of the TV shows. The number one show, I think, right now on Disney Channel is The Murdals.
Yeah, that's the next season. Me and Veronica watched the first one, and definitely left you as a cliffhanger to see what's going to happen. I mean, obviously you know what happens, but what happens internally with the family.
I didn't follow it. I was like the one person that didn't follow it over in South Carolina.
I didn't follow it when it was happening, but when I started watching the movie with Veronica, kind of.
Well, look at the top 10 on Netflix and Amazon, and look at the top 10 movies that are going out there, the Gone Girls and stuff like that. It's this true crime or things based on real crime. Facsimiles of real crime things that are going on out there. It's fascinating. So we're talking to two gentlemen who've made a film locally here about this woman who disappeared at Lenox Square Mall. So you think it's dangerous now? Well, for some people, it was not too good back then either. We got the anti-white, ugly as heck Cincinnati police chief has been suspended. If you looked at her, I'm sorry. Take your pick as to why she's been suspended. Either she hates her own kind or she's so butt ugly. I mean, that's one of the ugliest people I've ever seen. And you're born that way. You can't help it, but there is plastic surgery. President Donald Trump is threatening once again to obliterate Hamas if they don't knock it off. In other words, it's Tuesday. What would you do if you found $7,000 lying on the road? Top of your head, what would you do if you found $7,000 on the road?
And no one was looking?
No one was looking.
I'd keep it.
You'd keep it. Well, if you did that in Maine, you'd be in a heap of trouble, boy. There's no finders keepers when it's over $3.
$3?
Yeah, if it's $10, you have to put an ad out in the local newspaper, which will cost you more than $10.
Yeah, than the actual reward itself.
But it's the lure in Maine, and that's what happened when the guy did that. He picked up the $7,000 and took off with it. So we'll be talking about that. Former ESPN goddess Sam Ponder, she's married, has had it up to here with tranny freaks. My words, not hers, but. Girl, you live in New York City. What do you expect is going to happen? World Series canceled. Did you hear about this? This just came down. World Series has been canceled after Baseball World left with no one to root for.
Yeah.
I
mean, who do you? I mean, you have to root for LA because
why?
You want to keep the World Series in America.
Yeah, well, we kind of got over that when the Braves lost to them
that was
in '92.
We gave that.
We had
up.
our chance to keep it out of Canada, and we blew it. We did get back at him with putting the flag upside down. That was kind of funny.
But are you rooting for the Blue Jays or the Dodgers?
I want Shohei to show out, but I think I like the guys who play for the Blue Jays.
They're on a run.
I like those guys, though. Vlad's fun to watch. Guerrero. Bo Bichette says he's going to be back. He's fun to watch.
It's going to be a hitting battle for sure.
But L.A. should win it in 5 games, 6 tops, unless something collapses or whatever. But Toronto has the home advantage starting Friday night. So that's the only thing that they have a chance is they have the home field
advantage.
Which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, but I don't know. Student loan forgiveness is back on the table, and that's not what I voted for, but it looks like we're going to get that from the Trump administration. Delta Airlines flight attendant nuts up on Southwest airline worker as to who's the most ghetto.
Yeah.
Do we have sound of that?
Yes, we do.
We'll have sound coming up on that. And do I even need to say that this happened at Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta Greed and Graft Airport? The world's busiest airport. Disney plans to commemorate America's 250th anniversary next year by having Mickey Mouse wear the flag as a diaper.
What?
Maybe I read that wrong.
I hope so.
I think there's going to be a flag and Mickey Mouse. I don't know where the diaper
that sounds better.
The Pete Davis Guide to Speaking and Connecting with the Younger Generations. Looking at you, Generation Alpha. And I even tell you what Generation Alpha is. I'm going to break down exactly what these crazy kids are saying with their newfangled words and slang, like how skibbity I am with all this Riz.
What's the 6 to 7?
I will tell you about that. That's
so
coming up.
We're going to get that informed?
If Kimmer doesn't tell you, if I get to it before he does, we'll do one of those.
So therefore, you will be letting us know.
It's not that interesting. I thought it was going to be something wild or crazy, like 420 or something. No, it's kind of boring, actually. A warning to Atlanta liberals who think it's a good idea to drive up into the mountains to spread your woke BS to the old mountain folk up there. Just two words, bigger guns. Do not be heading up that way. Talk about that. Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's chemtrails or a comet that will not be back for 1,300 years that you can probably see tonight. Have your binoculars ready. Halloween lurking around the corner. Just why do we scare ourselves like this every year? No King's protest, more aptly called Let's Call Everyone We Don't Agree with Nazis Then Kill Them. And sports and a tweet or two, whatever happens after that. Hey, the phone number once again is 404-741-1230. And I'm going to tell you a story of what happened to Chick-fil-A this morning. Plus, we just got a strange package in the mail to the Kimmer.
From Kimmer Babes, apparently.
From a Kimmer Babe, and I've been squeezing it here, and some of it's crunchy.
Yeah, so is it food?
I don't know if they mailed it crunchy, but it's kind of crunchy. Maybe I pressed too hard on there, but it kind of moves in there. I'm worried about opening it up, though.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back on the Kimmer Show. He'll be in whenever he gets here.
Yeah.
If you love 106.3, then you'll love the all-new Extra 106.3 app. It's loaded with replays of your favorite shows like The Morning Extra and The Kimmer Show, podcasts from conservative voices across the South, and access to Extra's crystal clear live stream from anywhere in Georgia. Grab it now for Apple or Android.
Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back. And Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. And you can make picks and win money right now here in Georgia. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. And yep, the NBA is back, and tonight is opening night, and I'm looking at Golden State visiting the Lakers. I have Stephen Curry, the Warriors, easily going higher on his points projection, and Luka Doncic of Los Angeles going higher on his, but just barely in Luka's case. LeBron James is still sidelined, so I think that will impact both men's points totals. Tomorrow, I give my thoughts on the Hawks' first game at home against Toronto. Download the app today and use promo code 1063 to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code 1063. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Georgia. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Fall is in the air, and Central Heating and Air Conditioning is making it the perfect time to upgrade your comfort. For a limited time, you get up to $2,100 in rebates and 60 months, 0% financing with approved credit. That's right, savings up front and no interest for 5 whole years. A brand new carrier system from Central delivers dependability, efficiency, and comfort every family deserves. Central Heating and Air Conditioning have set the standard in heating and cooling for over 3 generations. And now's your chance to bring that comfort home with the best savings of the season. These dual incentives don't come around often, so act now. Call 770-GET-HEAT today. That's 770-GET-HEAT. Or visit centralheat.com, centralheat.com. Upgrade your comfort, lock in your savings, and turn to your Atlanta carrier experts. Central Heating and Air Conditioning.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
This fall, the gridiron calls, which means you'll be road tripping to games across the South, and you'll need a reliable ride to get you there. And Subaru of Gwinnett has the vehicle for you. But a new car, truck, or SUV from Subaru of Gwinnett is about way more than just getting to the games. It's about getting the family home. It's about getting to work safely, but it's also about getting the most out of every adventure. If you're driven by an adventurous heart, the 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Or maybe it's the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. It holds the road with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and it holds everything you need for the tailgate. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and let your adventurous mind run wild. Then stop in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Go beyond just a baseball game with your Atlanta Braves and check out Truist Park's Ballpark Tour. See the ballpark like never before and explore the franchise's rich history with artifacts, exhibits, and more, led by tour guides who will take you to places behind the scenes that most fans have never seen before, including the press box, premium club spaces, and of course, step onto the field where your favorite Braves players battle it out during the season. And each tour comes with a complimentary player chain necklace. Visit Braves.com/tours to purchase your tickets today. And did you know Truist Park can host your next event? As a year-round facility, we host private events ranging from corporate meetings, trade shows, team building events, holiday parties, rehearsal dinners, you name it, Truist Park can host it. Visit Braves.com/events to get started on creating an experience like never before with one of Truist Park's unique venues. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
When I first started using a CPAP, getting supplies and equipment was a horrible hassle. It pretty much stayed that way until I discovered cpapsetcetera.com. Same-day shipping on anything you might need, including travel CPAPs, hoses, masks, you name it. Same-day shipping. cpapsetc.com or visit their store in Alpharetta. So easy, and you could be preserving your health and saving your life.
Welcome back to the Kimmer Show. I'm Pete Davis, filling in until Kimmer comes in. Let's see. 2007, Kid Rock and 5 members of his entourage, according to this, were arrested after an argument with a man escalated into a fight at a restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, first of all, it's a British thing who does this. So you don't have to put Georgia after Atlanta. Most people understand Atlanta. You know, Coca-Cola, Martin Luther King Jr., Olympics. We've done a few things here. We've got the world's biggest airport. The restaurant is a Waffle House. That's being very kind and generous to call it a restaurant. But you know what? I love Waffle House, so I'm not going to say anything bad about it. Kid Rock's tour bus was pulled over by the police after it left the scene. Rock was released after posting $1,000 in bail. So Kid Rock, 2007, on this date, the Waffle House incident, which I think was on Farr Road in Buckhead, which was the one that was literally right underneath the Babylonian ziggurat that our old radio station was under. And they built that, I think, after we were there, which would have meant we would all been 300 pounds because it literally was bad to have a Taco Mac at the end of the street as it was. Birthdays. And in honor of the Kimmer, we're going to just keep everything to one music, one birthday, and one history. Actually, we're not doing any history. Oh, yeah, we are. Glenn Powell is 37. You know who Glenn Powell is?
Sorry, what was that?
You know who Glenn Powell is?
Glenn Powell. The name sounds familiar.
He's in Chad Powers.
Oh, yes.
It's on Hulu.
Yes.
They've trying to make him the new Tom Cruise, is what they're doing. New Matthew McConaughey. I believe he's from Texas, too. He seems like a nice guy. Every interview I've seen of this guy, he's in the upcoming Running Man remake, Arnold Schwarzenegger movie from back in the 80s, which I never saw that. Richard Dawson was in it from, what was he? Family Feud, the first original Family Feud, Richard Dawson. And what was Hogan's Heroes? One of my favorites there. Running Man remake. And I've seen a preview of it. It looks pretty good. Also, Glenn Powell was in Top Gun Maverick, which I never saw. I never saw the first Top Gun, so why should I see the second one? And I remember Glenn Powell from last year, a Netflix show called Hitman, who was with a really good-looking Hispanic actress. And it was a very interesting take of a guy who was not a hitman but became a hitman. So you got Glenn Powell is 37 today. And on this day, October 21st, 146 years ago in 1879, Thomas Edison turned on the first working light bulb in Menlo Park, New Jersey. It shined for 40 hours before killing an elephant. So that's what we got on that.
Poor elephant.
I know. It was a very bright light bulb there. It's not like the one in the old easy off bake oven that your sister had when you were young. Oh, we've already got a comment about the show today. You want to hear it?
Go ahead.
Russell Wise, our good old friend Russell Wise. That's right. Says, woohoo, a Pete and Flounder show. Well, thank you, Russell. We appreciate that. And I'm still wondering if I should open this package. It says to WFOM Extra 106.3. Attention Kimmer, though. So
it says say attention Kimmer.
It says from the Kimmer Babe. Well, that doesn't narrow it down any.
At all.
I've known thousands of Kimmer Babes. Handed out thousands of Kimmer Babe T-shirts. Let's see. 22 You Wish You Knew Avenue, Crazy Town, Georgia. And it's, I'm shaking it here. I don't think it's anthrax. But... yeah, we'll leave it over there for him. If he doesn't show up, you have to open it.
All right.
I'm going to be out on the other side of the window when you do that, too. But I've got to tell you what happened at Chick-fil-A when I was coming in early this morning, about 9:30, and I went to the one here at Windy Hill, about a mile away from the Battery. And there's this young blonde woman who's either inside or outside, depending. If I go inside, she's inside. If I'm outside, she's outside. She's like my personal Chick-fil-A employee over there. Really nice young lady. And I whip up there, and I didn't even know she was in this line. There's 2 lines. I whip in her line, and she goes, what can I get you? I said, I'll take a number 1, right? And she goes, would you like to donate something for Children's Health Care of Atlanta? And I said, sure. And she goes, thank you very much. The man in front of me laughed at me when I asked him. I said, he laughed at you. And I looked up at front, and of course, it had an Auburn sticker on it. I said, well, he's from Auburn, so, you got to cut him a little slack there. And she seemed upset that he had laughed at her, and she goes, thank you very much for doing that. So I get up to get my food, and it's a bigger bag than I'm expecting. So I don't know if I'm getting this free, if this is part of the deal when you donate to Children's Health Care. But I got into work here, and I got my sandwich, I got my little tater tots, and a big old bag of Chick-fil-A chocolate chip cookies.
Tater tots?
Well, what do you call those?
Waffle fries.
No. The breakfast is tater tots.
Oh, the tater rounds.
Yeah, they're okay. But anyway, so they got great chocolate chip cookies. I got a whole bag of them. And I've tried to give them away while I'm here, and only one person, you, Flounder,
if you leave them out in the bullpen out there, they will get taken.
Oh no, I'm taking them home. They had their chance.
I would agree.
But they had a birthday cake out there this
I believe
morning.
it was home team's birthday.
Home team's birthday, I believe.
6A. So happy birthday, Brandon.
And by the way, it was a good cake too. I had a piece.
Was it cookie cake or
cookie cake?
It's my favorite.
They weren't looking. And by the way, we ran an ad, and we run this ad all the time. The great farm down in South Georgia, Schuman's Onions. I'm telling you what, I literally go to another store where I live. I have like 3 places I can buy food, big stores. And I'll go to one because they're the only one that has Schuman's sweet onions. And they are delicious. It's well worth going to another store for them. All right, Pete Davis in for the Kimmer here. A little breaking news right before the show went down. I think Fox mentioned it at the top of the hour. A U.S. Marshal and an illegal immigrant were both shot today in Los Angeles during an immigration enforcement operation. Federal agents surrounded and boxed in somebody in a vehicle. Driver allegedly rammed the federal vehicles in an attempt to escape. The agents opened fire. One U.S. Marshal was struck in his hand. It looks like it appeared to be a bullet ricochet. Doesn't say from which side. The illegal immigrant was struck in the elbow. They both went to the hospital. They both are expected to survive. So maybe it hit him in the funny bone or something. But that's what's going on with that. And, of course, with the No Kings protest.
No Kings protest.
I love the fact there's no kings, because can a king have a decree and then have to watch it march through every small little court in its kingdom before it can be made into law? I don't think kings work that way. No. That's just me. All right, here's something that Kimmer talked about yesterday, and I just wanted to add my little 2 cents on this. The Georgia man from Cobb County, accused of ripping down a Trump banner and opening fire at a North Carolina home in Nantahala up there, arrested. Benjamin Michael Campbell, 37, I think he's like half midget, taken into custody September 30th, extradited to North Carolina October 7th, according to the Swain County Sheriff's Office. According to this gentleman out there named Thomas, he was driving along, this dude Campbell, and he saw the sign and slammed on his brakes, had a political trigger moment, and had to tear the sign down. He called the cops. Police responded to the scene, but Campbell had driven off by the time that he had arrived. So what happened here is the guy says, you know what, I'm a Trump supporter. I have weapons for my protection and my enjoyment, and I keep them handy. You know what good are them if you can't get to them when you need them? So I reached over and grabbed my rifle and fired off a couple warning shots. I'm telling you right now, he's nicer than 99% of the people that I have met up there in the mountains. He was being very nice with just warning shots. If that guy's on his land, if he drove the car in and walked into his land, you got every right to shoot him.
It's on your property.
I don't think you have the right, but I think it'll happen up there. I'm telling you, everything's posted up there. And you have the tourists that come in from Florida, Atlanta, or whatever, thinking they can drive anywhere and go right past the posted signs. That doesn't usually end up well. So I'm just going to say to any liberals listening from Atlanta who are so egotistical, think they are so important that they can drive to another state up in the mountains, the hills, and tell those people how they should vote. And if you don't like what sign they have in their yard, think you can get out of your car and tear it down and there's no repercussions. I'm telling you, there are 2 things that are going to happen to you if you keep doing it. You're not coming back to Atlanta as one of them. You're going to either be in the jail up there in the local Hooscow or under it, or you're going to be in a body bag at the local morgue, because those people don't play. I've been up there for 2 years now. They don't play. And I'll tell you another thing. They have probably a bigger and better gun than you do, coming from Atlanta with your little pop gun or whatever it is you do. And this guy was shooting at the guy. After the warning shots, this idiot from Atlanta allegedly was shooting at the guy, hit the refrigerator behind him, could have killed him.
That's attempted murder, isn't it?
Yeah, I would think it is. And if he goes to trial up there, of course, North Carolina is more liberal than Georgia is, but I'm telling you, you go up there and you start firing guns at the locals, it's not going to end well for you. Just for you city slickers who think going up there is a good idea and messing. And what ego does someone have to think they can go tell someone else who to vote, much less do it 7 counties away in another state in a place that you don't know those people and has nothing to impact your vote because you live in Georgia? What ego that's got to be. Well, like we said yesterday, probably the Napoleon complex because he's a short little fuse. Short fuse, too. It's shooting out the top of the sunroof, too. Come on. Not a good look. All right, I'm Pete Davis in for Kimmer, and we'll be right back. In fact, we're going to do the interview.
Yeah, they should. We're waiting on them to get here, so as soon as they get here, we will conduct the interview.
You're absolutely correct, sir. Right back here. 44741-1230. We'll be right back.
When political discourse gets ugly, count on Extra 106.3 to be the voice of reason when tempers flare. The violent rhetoric from the left won't change our mission. It won't affect our hearts, and it won't stop us from being the voice of our community. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
This is Window Nation, your source for affordable replacement windows at the highest quality. So if you've got old, drafty, sticky, or leaking windows, you need the experienced pros at Window Nation. You can pay a lot less and still get the premium windows you're dreaming of. Their custom windows are guaranteed to be a perfect fit, and they're backed by the best warranty in the industry. Go to getwindownation.com or call 866-90Nation for your free estimate. And for a limited time, buy 2 windows, get 2 windows free, plus no payments for 2 years.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape, and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Find your perfect Ford today at Jim Ellis Ford, Sandy Springs. Home to one of Atlanta's largest selections of new and used vehicles. They're just 4 miles north of 285 on Roswell Road.
Stop by today to explore their incredible inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs, each thoroughly vetted to meet the highest standards.
Looking for power and performance? Drive home a legendary Mustang or conquer the great outdoors in the rugged Bronco.
Need family-friendly space? The Explorer and Expedition have you covered. Or experience the capability and strength of America's best-selling truck, the F-150.
And when it's time to finance, their straightforward, hassle-free process ensures your experience is stress-free.
With access to numerous lenders and expert guidance, they'll help you find the best rates and terms to fit your budget.
Which Ford will you drive home next? Find out at Jim Ellis Ford, Sandy Springs, or visit them online at jimellisford.com.
Your Ford dreams are waiting. Make them a reality today at Atlanta's favorite Ford dealer, Jim Ellis Ford, Sandy Springs.
Hey, Atlanta Braves fans, this is Kelly Kroll asking you to step up to the plate for the men and women who have served our country and protected our freedom. The Warrior Alliance, an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, is helping thousands of veterans to achieve success after military service. Either you or someone you know has served and deserves our support. The best way to say thank you for your service is by helping a veteran round the bases on their journey home. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
Faith, family, freedom. These are the cornerstones of America and the foundation for a successful life. But today, all 3 are under attack. Crushing debt, out-of-control spending, and reckless policies in Washington are threatening your savings, your retirement, and your future. Hi, this is Glenn Beck. The only financial advisory firm I recommend in Atlanta is Nicholas Wealth Management. David Nicholas and his team believe protecting your money is about more than wealth. It's about defending your faith, your family, and your freedom. If your hard-earned retirement is left exposed to market chaos, higher taxes, or inflation, what happens to the life you've worked so hard to build? For over 20 years, David Nicholas has helped families right here in Atlanta fight back with retirement strategies built to better withstand uncertainty.
Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 404-890-5606, or visit nicholaswealth.com. Aim to safeguard your future today.
Nicholas Wealth is an independent financial services firm that uses a variety of different investment strategies.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, Trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
The Fan and Extra 106.3 are proud to salute all those who've served our great nation at our 2025 Veterans Day Golf Classic. Friday, November 7th at Heritage Golf Links. Join all your favorite Fan and Extra personalities for a day of golf, prizes, and fun, all benefiting our friends at the Warrior Alliance. But if you want to play in one of the last tournaments of the year, you've got to get registered now at extra1063.com or at 680thefan.com. Special thanks to Mizuno, Georgia Drive Chevy, First Watch, Scana Energy, Matthews Cafeteria, Crown Royal Canadian Whiskey, Patron Tequila, Surfside Iced Tea and Lemonade Vodka, and Weber Ranch Vodka.
Welcome back to the Kimmer Show. I'm Pete Davis, filling in for Kimmer, who's on his way. So I don't know where he is, but he's on his way. Could be Tuscaloosa, could be Sandy Springs or whatever. We have right now two guests. We're going to get to it in just a second because I got to tell you why we're doing this. True crime has become what the Western was back in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s with Gunsmoke. What sci-fi was in the 70s and 80s with Battlestar and Star Wars and all that. True crime is everywhere. It's taken over film, television, podcasting. Most of the top podcasts are talking true crime these days. Almost every hit movie, TV show based on a real crime. Fresh from the headlines of today are drawn from cold cases of the past, and not just the recent past, like the Disney Channel's new top-rated show about the murdering Murdals of South Carolina. Yet with the advent of DNA and new forensics, the new media, law enforcement, and private investigators can now delve into freezing cold cases some decades old. And Atlanta has had its share, such as the case of Mary Shotwell Little. Some of you who have been around here a while, like me, may recognize that name, a DeKalb County woman who mysteriously disappeared 60 years ago from Lenox Square Mall. There's a new feature documentary about this, and joining us today are the two men responsible for bringing this story back to life. Former police officer and private investigator John Fedak of Sandy Springs, and Atlanta-based Monument Motion Picture founder Steve Kendrick. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's good having you guys here.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, no problem. No problem. I understand you live in Sandy Springs, John.
I do, yes, sir.
I did before I moved to the mountains, so it was a lot of fun. And you Atlanta-based?
No, I'm an Atlanta native.
Oh, you are? Where'd you go to high school?
Georgia Military Academy.
Oh, okay.
I was a bad kid.
You're the bad. Well, that's why you're in film. Everybody knows that. Did you go to high school around here?
With him, we've known each other since September of 1966.
Wow, that goes even farther back than me.
Do the math.
Holy cow! There. Well, first off, outside of all of us wanting to see justice done, we all want to see that happen. Why should we care about the Mary Shotwell Little case from 60 years ago?
She was this sweet young girl, never bothered anybody. She was kidnapped, raped, murdered, buried, I believe, in North Carolina, and it's wrong. I don't care if it's 260 blinking years. It was wrong then. It's wrong now. There's a lot of tools we have now that we didn't have back then, and we don't quit. We don't quit. That I'm a father. I'm a husband. Can you imagine what our parents went through? And there's video of the parents being interviewed. It just breaks your heart. And some cold bastard from hell took her, killed her after assaulting her. We ain't stopping. No, sir.
Do we know that's what happened to her? Or is this just supposition that maybe we think this is what happened? Is there evidence that shows that she didn't just leave the country or disappear or start a new life in Oregon or something?
That's a very good question, and the shortest answer is there's a lot of evidence. Some of it circumstantial, some of it light, but there's enough evidence that I will bet my retirement fund, without a doubt, that's exactly what happened.
How hard was it to find, after 60 years, people to still talk about it, police still alive, or family, friends, witnesses in this film?
The amount of people that we have, the pool, should we say, to glean from, obviously has dwindled over the years. But there have been people that we have leaned on, and I don't mean leaning as far as like muscle, but we've leaned on them for information. One lady comes into particular from California who just happened to have been, now think about what I'm about to say, 1965, she is the FBI attorney in charge of this case. 1965, and you're a woman. And you are assigned to this case. Well, that's an oxymoron in itself, because how many women
ahead of her time?
How many are way ahead of her time, and how many of those women are going to actually be thought of seriously by guys, by men that are in the FBI? But anyway, she did her job. Some years later, she ends up being transferred over time, and she ends up in California. And John, you take it from here.
Sent us boxes and boxes and boxes of original files, FBI files, plus the lead FBI special agent has become a friend of mine, found his dad's files. So to answer your question is, while the people have died, most of them, we've found a few of that era, but most of them have died, but their kids, their files, there is some continuity.
She was allowed to keep those files, the FBI files? Or
a lot of times they make copies of themselves, go in on a Saturday morning, get the copy machine, copy, and take them home. They're not supposed to take them home, but a lot of them would, because they knew sooner or later this may come. They were retired, and 20 years later they get a call, or there's a fire and the files are gone. So they want to protect these files.
What does she think happened to her?
She's gone now. We lost her in COVID. She believed, which I believe and which Steve believes, that there was a hit, a contract. There was a reason to kill this poor young woman because of her job. She knew, she heard something, she knew something came across something, or suspected she heard something, and they sent a signal. They murdered her.
So it wasn't the husband, you don't think? Because the first thing you think of, it's usually someone you know, or someone that he would have some reason to have her kidnapped and killed, and the fact that they allegedly kept her alive for days.
Yes.
And maybe there was a blackmail that maybe they decided, we'll keep her alive and keep blackmailing him, saying we haven't done it yet until you give us more money.
No, you're exactly right. In the documentary, they hit really hard on looking at the spouse. You know that. And a profiler that works with us said the spouse always does it. I mean, you know it, I know it, and the spouse is standing there and said, yeah, I did it. But this case, no. The poor man, he had a lot of problems, but he was not a murderer.
Polygraph taken?
He had an ironclad.
Out of town.
Out of town. Actually working for the bank at that time, on a training mission. Had no way of getting back because he rode down with somebody else. When he found out his wife had disappeared, he actually had to get in, have a ride back to Atlanta by somebody else.
We're talking with John Fedak and Steve Kendrick of Monument Motion Picture. They put together a feature documentary called The Vanishing about Mary Shotwell Little, disappeared from Lenox Square Mall back in 1965. FBI, of course, getting involved when it went into North Carolina, I guess, interstate and all that. How famous did this case get in 1965?
I use the word firestorm. It's not even close. That is so a firestorm on steroids with gasoline. It was everywhere. And I was a little kid. I don't remember that. I do not remember the incident, but I remember hearing it and looking back now, because Atlanta, you don't kidnap people. You don't murder people. Atlanta was very safe, very quiet, very civilized. And this is from Lenox Square, posh Buckhead. And that you don't do. Well, the Atlanta police, the FBI, the soldiers, they had hundreds of soldiers walking through the woods, going through creeks, looked everywhere for her for weeks and weeks and weeks. And what would happen, Pete, is there was the initial shock, scares the hell out of everybody. It kind of quiets down, and then something else happens. There was like 3 or 4 over a space of maybe 6 months, developments, new things come up, something like that. So as soon as it would get quiet, the firestorm would start again. And of course, media was just TV. There was radio, of course, but television was just getting, in 65 was a pretty new thing. The newspaper went crazy. Everybody went nuts.
This guy Stargell, which a lot of this was based on that I was reading, that he supposedly confessed in prison.
Yes, sir.
And all that. How believable was this guy supposedly turning on not just one guy, but like several guys, it seemed, involved?
I got to make a quick confession. When I first heard about that, when I first worked that angle, Stargell, I didn't give him any credibility. I thought he was a lying SOB. But I'm completely changed. Can't prove it, but I have an angle that if I can prove something with one of the three, his name was Mason. If I can prove something, he did something, and I can prove that, I think we've solved the damn case. But it's a long shot, Pete. I'm talking about a 400-yard drive. I mean, it's a long shot.
It brought so much back from my path when my dad would drive us downtown. He worked downtown. We'd drive down there like early 70s and see the Domino Lounge in the Imperial Hotel.
Yeah.
And to me, as a kid, I was like, oh, that's where the adults go, and that adult stuff happens there.
You bet.
And that Domino, that just really brought back a lot of memories of old Atlanta, and now we just got the Claremont Lounge to keep that alive. But I got to ask, why do you think they took her maybe all the way close to Mount Holly, North Carolina? She was from Charlotte originally.
Correct.
Why do you think they would go all the way up there and hold her in a cabin up there near where she was from to begin with?
One of the original 8 is an assistant attorney general in a neighboring state. He has, I think, the most beautiful, clear, logical explanation. He said that Mary's grabbed. She's screaming. I mean, she's begging for her life. She may have, and I think this makes some sense. She said, "You take me home. My daddy's rich. He'll pay you. You don't hurt me. Just get me to my daddy." They drove up to Charlotte. They saw the house, very middle class, and they already up there, so they went and found this place, whatever. But I think that's a very possible explanation. And
do you believe that they killed her in the car coming back to Atlanta, which is a weird thing to do? It's messy in a car.
Yes.
It sounds like what happened, that she was leaning out the window, and one of them just panicked or got mad at her, and it was a fit of passion right there. I'm just going to get rid of this because she's driving me crazy.
But think about this. If everything happened the way it looks like it happened, they kidnapped her. She was alive for 12, 14, 20 hours riding around. A city cop, a state patrol, a deputy sheriff at 4 a.m. pulls her out. There's this woman in there bleeding. None of this. That's what is so hard to comprehend and so hard to wrap your brain around and to keep a logical thought process on this. It's driving a victim around for all those hours. None of it makes sense, Pete. None of it the whole damn thing is. I've told Steve 100 times. There's something wrong. There's something missing. I don't know what it is, but we're going to try and find out.
You brought up earlier about Stargell. Well, Stargell, Arp, and Mason were the 3 villains. We'll call it that. Inside the car, Mary was sitting in between 2 of those people. And there are 2 stops that they did in fact pull over gas station attendants, all night gas station attendants in 2 different towns. They pulled over
the attendants actually saw Mary sitting in between these two men. They actually saw her bleeding.
Did they call the police? No.
They did not call the police. And then they went on. So when you look at it full scope, you have these two different stops. Then 1 month later, you get the actual receipts from the Esso Corporation, where Mary has signed for the gas that she bought. And nothing ever went past that as far as why was it just in those two cities.
These guys don't seem like they're brainiacs. They're that smart, frankly, on this. Even though they seem to get away with it,
right?
They just don't. It seemed like maybe it was thrown together, this plan or whatever.
I was a cop. Now I'm a private detective. I've dealt with a lot of criminals. They ain't the brightest bulbs in the circuit, Pete. You know that, and they had a tremendous amount of luck by not getting pulled over, not having a flat tire, not having a burst hose, and getting caught by the cops. They had a lot of luck, but brilliant and super genius, no, sir. No, not very bright. Mean as hell. They'll kill you for 15 cents and not even think about it. But as far as superior intellect, no, sir.
It seems strange they kept talking about, we went to the movies together, and someone just showed up and went over here together, and we hung out here together. It seems like there was a lot of hanging out together from these guys, at shady places and stuff like that. Was there a relationship between the guys, too, do you think?
I don't think, no, that I've could have been, because they're perverts, they're animals, they're depraved. I call them depraved children with cats. But as far as that, I've never heard of that, because she was attacked, viciously attacked. So that would tell me that, no, they were straight heterosexuals, animals, but heterosexuals.
Now, stars are from Gainesville. The other two were Atlantans, you think? Or?
Actually, Mason was from South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, and we could talk for 16 hours. But the shortest version is that in 1957, he was down on his luck. He hitchhiked out to California, murdered 2 uniformed police officers, got away with it after raping a young girl on Lover's Lane. Came back to South Carolina. There's the gap, and that's what I'm trying to prove is what happened in those couple of years to nail Mason in the middle of all of this.
What happened to those two guys overall? Stargell stayed in jail, I guess?
He was a lifer. He died in prison. Arp died in prison. Mason died in prison. But Mason did, even though he was convicted of the 2 police officer murders in California, they did bring him back to South Carolina so he could be closer to his family.
Have you talked to members of her family? What do they think about this? What do they think about y'all doing the film, The Vanishing, on this?
Yes, but it goes way back. The last people that were alive was her sister. Her sister died, horrible death, sad death, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. There's a husband, not related, but a husband, and basically several times they just said, let's leave us alone. It's a sad, dark thing. And I did. I left them alone. I did exactly what they wanted us to do. But there's a second murder 17 months later, and we have some family that we're very, very close to helping us with that.
Okay, before we get too far here, we got about 3 more minutes here. Where can you see this film? Where is it premiering? Where can people watch this?
SCAD show on the Atlanta campus.
Savannah College of Art and Design?
Yes, sir. That is where we are airing the very first show of it. And that will be on November the 12th, Wednesday afternoon. It's open. People can come and see it.
Is that on Peachtree?
Spring Street.
Spring Street, okay.
1470 Spring Street.
And after that, what do you think? Where can people see it?
We're working on that, literally. That's why we came so close. We were with attorneys for distribution right today.
Okay.
An
sales agents.
That's good. Now, how hard was it how long did it take to work on this, and how hard was it to get cooperation from law enforcement and place?
How long have we worked on this, Steve?
8 years.
8 years.
Yes. Ask my wife.
That's a passion play right there. That's a project.
John has it at his office at his home, where when you walk into his office, there is the full-page article about Mary that was from back in the 1960s. And John's famous line is never forget. And he's never forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why I got behind John and making this happen.
Where were you a policeman?
DeKalb County.
Oh, DeKalb County policeman.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In the 80s, dangerous, wild.
So you worked for Manuel Maloof at some point, the
I certainly
commissioner.
did. I went into meetings with him.
May have
Yes, sir.
arrested Pete before.
I had run-ins with Manuel. Yeah, we won't get into that right now. Thank you, Flounder. I appreciate that.
Flounder.
So, is this the first film that you guys have
Very
worked?
good.
Yes.
First one. So Monument Motion Picture. This is the inaugural thing.
This is our what a way to go on it.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it right.
You're gonna now. What's official name of? Make sure I get it right. The Vanishing. Is that what it's called?
The Vanishing, the 60-year anniversary of the disappearance of Mary Shotwell Little.
This reminds me so much when I was a kid in the 70s. It was Barbara Joe Mackle?
Barbara Jane Mackle.
Barbara Jane
The
Mackle.
kidnapping.
I remember that. When they drove by our house on their 20 and 285. I remember we were reading about it. Oh my gosh, they just went right past her when they were doing all this stuff.
The FBI agent that solved that was Jim Ponder. He's his son is our friend. Mr. Ponder was the lead investigator for this special agent for Mary Shotwell Little. So he was the man in Atlanta with the FBI.
We've been talking with John Fedak and Steve Kendrick of Monument Motion Picture. Well, we've got a few more seconds here. Anything you guys want to add to this, what we've been talking about? Anything you want to say?
Well, I just want to say that the showing of it on Wednesday, on the 12th, it starts at 1 o'clock, and people are welcome to come.
Mm-hmm.
Reserve a ticket, please.
Yeah,
I'd be there. I got to work.
Reserve a ticket. The proceeds go to helping crimes against women, and we'd love to have you.
Excellent. Thank you, John. Thank you, Steve, for coming in. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Keep me apprised of where I can see it, either SCAD or somewhere else. It's great that SCAD is doing something like this.
We'll take care of you, I promise.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Good seeing you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back on The Kimmer Show. He'll be here soon, hopefully.
Big moments deserve big-time craftsmanship. At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family-owned and operated since 1982 because we know what it means to show up when it counts. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, going through 20 elite artisans before it hits your hands. Not mass-produced, not generic, always personal. And with Solomon Brothers, you get lifetime cleanings, unbeatable financing, and the largest Tacori selection in Georgia. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg. Visit SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, where love is in the details and legends are built to last. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs and official jeweler of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Hey, it's Lowe's for True Prep. True Prep's at it again with their biggest ammo deals of the year. They scored some strategic buys on top quality ammo, and now they're passing the savings straight to you. Right now at True Prep, you can get 9mm for under $220 per thousand, or 223 rifle ammo for under $400 per thousand. Several options are available, but this sale is good only while supplies last. Check them out in store at True Prep on Cobb Parkway in Marietta, or go online to see the full list of these and other deals at TruePrep.com. That's TRUPrep.com.
Hi, Megan here with Southern Exteriors. And this holiday season, we're excited to give back by transforming a neighbor's home with a free, brand new James Hardy siding installation. No gimmicks, no fine print. You can enter for yourself or nominate a deserving friend, family member, or neighbor whose home could truly use it. But don't wait. Entries close December 1st. To nominate, go to southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co.
Georgia Tech women's basketball single game tickets for the 2025-2026 season are on sale now. Secure your seats at McCamus Pavilion to watch head coach Karen Blair and the Yellow Jackets take on ACC opponents like North Carolina, Stanford, and Louisville. Save your seats to watch head coach Karen Blair and the Yellow Jackets back at the Thrillerdome this season by visiting RamlinRack.com/tickets. Sting 'em.
Living with everyday pain is like having a voice that always says, no, you can't do that. No, you better sit this one out. It's no way to live. So if pain is affecting you, see how Relief Factor can help get you back to life on your terms. One where you say yes a lot more. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor's unique formula of natural ingredients does not just mask pain, it helps reduce or eliminate it for good. Whether it's your back, neck, joints, or muscles, Relief Factor can help you, as it has for so many others. So call 1-800-4RELIEF and give Relief Factor's 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day to get your life back. Just go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. And see how you can say yes to more of everything you want.
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
An impasse in Washington. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. 3 weeks into a government shutdown, President Trump urging Democrats to end it by supporting a short-term spending bill that's failed 11 times in the Senate.
Chuck Schumer, who I've known for a long time, and the radical left Democrats are holding the entire federal government hostage to appease the extremists in their party.
The president after a White House lunch with Senate Republicans, but Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says health care issues need to be addressed, especially Obamacare subsidies that are set to expire.
We have a very simple request. Sit down and negotiate. The American people are aghast. Any observer, objective observer, is aghast that here on this serious problem, they won't even negotiate with us.
Republicans say end the shutdown, then they'll negotiate. Delaware Democratic Senator Chris Coons just telling Fox he has no confidence there would be negotiations if they reopen government first. A man's facing felony charges for threatening the top House Democrat.
I cannot allow this terrorist to live, is what New York State Police allege Christopher Moynihan sent in a text message before House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries was scheduled to give a speech in New York. According to a felony complaint filed in Dutchess County, obtained by Fox News Radio, Moynihan also said, quote, "Even if I am hated, he must be eliminated, and I will kill him for the future." Moynihan is one of the January 6 defendants pardoned by President Trump and is now charged with making a terroristic threat.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz on Capitol Hill. Jeffries telling reporters he will not be intimidated. A NATO spokesperson just confirming that NATO Secretary General is heading to Washington and will meet with President Trump. This after a White House official said there's no meeting scheduled in the immediate future between President Trump and Russia's president, walking back a possible peace summit on the war in Ukraine. The Dow up 218 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why the big wireless companies want you on an unlimited plan? It's because they need you to help cover the cost of the 20-somethings who are using a lot of data every month. Fact is, according to the latest research studies, most people 50 and up, like me, only use 12 gigs or less each month. Don't get bamboozled by big wireless. At Consumer Cellular, pick what suits your needs. Whether it's 1 gig, 5, 10, or unlimited, the point is, pay for exactly what you need and nothing more. We use the same towers as the big guys, but since we don't own and maintain them, we can pass the savings on to you. Our plans start at just $20 a month, and you'll get the best customer service in the business. I want to invite you to join the millions of people who choose something better than big wireless, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
One of the greatest drum intros of a song ever. Keith Moon, my favorite drummer of all time. I'm Pete Davis, filling in for the Kimmer, who's on his way. We have got Helicopters following him. It's like one of those L.A. chases of O.J. or something. We're following him. Kimmer will be here soon.
It's the white Bronco.
It is the white Bronco. Except he's driving. God, what is he driving these days?
Shelby. Is he driving?
He got his car back.
Yeah, he got his car back.
That's right. All right, The Who, 1976.
It's funny though. I saw him coming out of the parking lot on Friday in his rental car.
Yeah.
Doesn't match him at all.
Oh no! what was it? That Prius?
It was a I think it was some kind of Prius.
Some electric car. Anyway,
It wasn't electric.
1976, The Who. Keith Moon played his last show with The Who at the end of a North American tour at Maple Leaf Gardens, Toronto. On September 7th, 1978, he died of an overdose of a sedative, Himavin, that had been prescribed to prevent seizures induced by alcohol withdrawal. Keith Moon, by the way, Bus Boy, which is this song right here, is on Quadrophenia. Yes. It was the second rock opera they did, which I don't know if I like better, Tommy or this. But anyway, Pete Townsend once took Keith Moon to a doctor to talk about his alcohol. You know, he was an alcoholic. And the doctor talked to both of them and came out and said to Pete Townsend, well, the good news, your friend is not an alcoholic. He says, but you are.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's how Townsend knew he had some trouble there. It wasn't Keith. Keith was just doing it because he was crazy. But it was Pete that had the problem with it. It took him for years to get over it. I don't know if that's exactly true. That's what Pete says. You can't believe anything. You never know. Let's see. Birthdays on this day, October 21st. Amber Rose, good-looking woman. She's got that shaved head, but other things compensate.
Yeah.
42 years old, Kanye's ex. Yeah.
He was the one that looked like he was just pimping her out.
Yeah.
Anytime
No. This is another one. She had, in fact, Amber Rose, I think, voted for Trump this time. I think she came out as more conservative. You're thinking about this other Australian girl he's with now. He's been pimping out with me.
Yeah. The one who walked around naked. Yeah, not this one.
Yeah, this one, even though she's been naked too, all that. Manfred Mann is 85 today. Doo-Wah Diddy and Blinded by the Light, which was a Springsteen cover. In fact, Manfred did a lot of Springsteen covers. He also did a song called Stranded in Iowa, which is a pretty good song. And of course, the Springsteen song, Blinded by the Light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. He is not saying douche.
Yeah.
He's
that's
saying,
what it sounds like.
It does. It's deuce.
Wrapped up like a douche.
D-E-U-C-E, which maybe, is it a car? What's a deuce? Well, we know what a deuce is. We don't answer that, but maybe not in the way they think of it here. Also, let's see, one more thing. We have, no work, no play. Yeah. 107 years ago, in 1918, on this day, Margaret Owen of New York City set a typing speed record on a manual typewriter. Flounder, how many words a minute do you think Margaret wrote?
Typed out?
Yeah.
I'll go 120.
Higher.
300?
170.
170.
That's 107 years ago doing it. And those things were hard to push. The ones in the 70s were hard to push. No errors. No errors whatsoever. And you know what she was writing? You know what she wrote all those times over and over again?
What's that?
All work and no play make Johnny a dull boy. Over and over.
All right, so the lyric from the song Blinded by the Light is actually revved up like a deuce, referring to a car engine accelerating quickly.
Yeah, he was into cars big time. By the way, that movie looks horrible.
Awful.
And I think it's at the point he's already famous, and he's gotten rid of the E Street Band, and he's wanting to do Nebraska, which actually is a good album, the solo album. His solo albums are actually good.
Very good.
Tunnel of Love, they're very good.
Lucky Town?
He decided Lucky Town's his last good album.
Those were the last, because remember there were two out
at the same time.
Yeah.
One album, and he did that to dump it to get out of the contract. And I bought him in London. I was over in London.
He does a good version of Pony Boy.
Yeah,
on that album.
Yeah, Lucky Town's got some good songs on it, but he wanted to be Woody Guthrie meets Bob Dylan, and he's like a lightweight. Well, he didn't fail, but he's a lightweight compared to those two guys, or especially Dylan, and got rid of the East. I've seen him with the E Street Band, fantastic show, 3 hours plus, and I saw him at Phillips years ago. It was just him and a few people. It's kind of almost a solo type show with a smaller band, and that also was excellent. By the way, he's a hell of a musician. He's just an idiot when it comes to politics. And it's really a shame that, and he really hasn't put out any good music since 1992.
Well, he sold it all. Like he sold his.
I know Dylan did for $100 million.
And I know Springsteen did the same thing.
You know what I saw last night? It was a drug commercial, and it was playing Here Comes the Sun.
Ugh.
It just still blows my mind when I hear a Beatles song and I'm going, damn you, Yoko. I don't know if it's Yoko behind it, but I'm just going to blame her anyway. Or Michael Jackson, whoever bought the
Because it was Jackson who bought the Beatles.
And beat out McCartney, who didn't overbid him. How can you let somebody else buy your Northern songs? We could start all day with this. I'm telling you. We were talking about something else right before there, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, liberal jackwagons are beside themselves that President Trump is renovating part of the White House to build his new ballroom.
It is people are going crazy on social media.
This right here proves that people have no clue about history.
Didn't Truman rebuild the White House?
It started with FDR.
Yeah.
Look it up, kids. Look up FDR's renovation of the White House. They tore it down just about. It looks like Dresden after the bombing, after we got hold of it. It looks like Coventry after the Nazis got a hold of that. It looks, seriously, it looks like a bomb went off. It looks like Gaza, which actually was an improvement. But anyway, almost the entire White House roof and side is gone. It literally looks like it burnt. And by the way, it has burned before. This is nothing new. Nixon tore out the swimming pool and put a bowling alley in?
Yes.
Or over it?
And then Obama put a basketball court.
They changed one thing into the press room,
right? Basically.
Morning Joe and Skank went ballistic. A man like Trump needs more room for, ballroom. Frankly. Go back and look at the aerial photos of what FDR did. A Democrat. Gutted it. Not a people, because people don't know about it. And like you said, Truman had to live in the vice president's house or something away from the White House because that was still going on. That's how huge that renovation was. It started under FDR and didn't finish until, I believe, into the Truman administration, if not Eisenhower. Anyway. Enough with the ignorance of history. The White House has been burnt down and rebuilt, knocked around for 2 centuries.
So, here goes. Teddy Roosevelt built the West Wing.
Yeah.
Taft made the Executive Oval Office. FDR added the entire East Wing and included an indoor pool for himself. Truman gutted the entire White House. Nixon added a bowling alley. Obama added a basketball court. And Trump is building a ballroom.
And I think JFK put a boudoir in a waterbed. And a disco ball, and several other things. All right, here's the story I want to get your opinion on. Maine man, M-A-I-N-E, faces criminal charges after picking up $7,400 he found lying by the side of the road. Bless you, by the way. That's a bingo card. Sneeze.
Cough.
Police are searching for a man who took that money found on the road in Kennebunk, Maine. He pocketed the money October 15th. The rifle owner, oh boy, this is like something out of It's a Wonderful Life when the uncle leaves the money in the bank. The rifle owner had left the cash on top of his car after a vehicle sale and drove off without noticing it was still on the roof. My dad did something like this when we were younger. He left the camera and photos on top, and they were gone. And I can tell you right now, my mother handled it very well and never said a word about it the rest of his life.
Really?
Or never let him forget it. When he returned home and realized his mistake, his father went looking for the money. A dash cam captured the owner's father as he came across the suspect scooping up the cash. You can watch it. The alleged thief faces criminal charges as this was not a case of finders keepers because of the amount of money involved. In Maine, there are no moose in Maine. The law states that anyone who finds lost money or goods worth at least $3 must give notice to the town's clerk within 7 days, tell them where the money or goods will be found, and post a notification in a public place or else be pounded by a moose if they find one. If the goods are worth $10 or more, the finder must also publish a notification in the newspaper. In this instance, the theft would be considered a Class C crime, meaning it is punishable by up to 5 years in jail and a $5,000 fine.
Unbelievable.
Well, you still get to keep the $2,400 then. Of the $7,400, you pay $5,000, you keep $2,400. That's a good night's work for driving around Kennebunk Point, or just not Kennebunk Point. That was where George Herbert Walker Bush stayed. The incident took place outside of White Sails Inn, a bed and breakfast. Audrey LaRose was a guest at the bed and breakfast, was knitting at the front window, saw the whole thing go down, but had no idea there was cash blowing around. She told the outlet she was disappointed that the man took the money. It's not yours. It doesn't belong to you. And you call the police. You call whoever and you try to get someone back here. A good Samaritan, we would never take that money, ever. It's just so sad to think that someone would actually go out there and think it was their money and just pick it all up and take it. To me, that's stealing. So you say you would take the money?
Well, not in Maine.
No, not in Maine. But if you're driving home today.
If I was driving home and I found a pile of money just laying in the street at night, yeah. I mean, it's just sitting there.
Unmarked bills?
Yeah, I mean.
What if it's blowing around, you got to pick it up like it's a game show or something?
I will win that game show.
You're the raccoon fighting for it.
$7,000 goes a long way.
It was funny. If you see the video, one of the photos of it, it's what you picture two guys wrestling over money in a street in Maine would look like. It's like they have toques on and the lumberjack jackets and all that stuff.
Remember, what was it, The Sopranos, where the cousin found it? Tony's cousin, what's his name? Hold on.
Steve Buscemi?
Steve Buscemi, yeah. Him and his girlfriend are walking, and then someone throws a pile of money out of a car and speeds off.
He took the money.
And he opened up a therapeutic massage business. And I don't think that worked, and then he ended up killing Phil Leotard's brother.
Oh, good. Well, Phil and his brother had it coming.
Yeah, they did.
I'm Pete Davis. Kimmer says he's on his way, so we'll see. When he comes in like the Kool-Aid man, we'll know he's here. Otherwise, 404-741-1230 if you want to call and complain. The complaint line is open. I'm Pete Davis. That's Flounder. We'll be right back.
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Let me introduce you to Melissa Fabello, PhD. And if you're not already impressed, you need to know that Melissa Fabello specializes and writes about body politics, beauty culture and eating disorders, feminism and social justice, human sexuality studies. She's a Jurassic Park enthusiast, and her pronouns are she, her. She will tell you she is, quote, highly academically educated. Wow, I'm impressed. I want to see what she has to say about things. So let's see. Her latest, Taylor Swift is a racist. Melissa gets this from Taylor Swift's latest album, The Life of a Showgirl. Melissa says the album may be a magnum opus of white supremacy. And why is that? Because there's the song in there called Wish List. And in that song, Taylor Swift says she wants to have children with her football fiancé. The lyrics, I just want you, have a couple kids, got the whole block looking like you. Wow, she wants the whole block full of white kids that look like Travis Kelce. Fabello says that Swift's liberal attachment to whiteness is actually scarier than if she was MAGA. This, my friend, is today's left. If you're white and you want to have babies with your white husband, you're a racist. It's about white supremacy. But wait, there's more. If you want to go further into Fabello's writings, she will tell you that the nuclear family is a cult. And the way you talk about sex may indicate that you're homophobic. Today's left, to be listened to and obeyed. So hit the streets in a penguin costume and beat those drums. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hi, Megan here with Southern Exteriors. In this holiday season, we're excited to give back by transforming a neighbor's home with a free, brand new James Hardie siding installation. No gimmicks, no fine print. You can enter for yourself or nominate a deserving friend, family member, or neighbor whose home could truly use it. But don't wait. Entries close December 1st. To nominate, go to southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co.
Yeah, it's planting and landscaping season. And hey, Stovall & Company is your locally owned family business for wholesale landscaping supplies, and I mean everything. And since a family business doing this 75 years, they take care of business for you. Opening their 11th location in Canton on Union Hill Road. Special requests all the time. You need boulders and rocks and concrete and stones and patio stuff and trees and shrubs and everything. They've got it, and you need it right now, they'll bring it right now. A family business. Check them out on the web, StovallInc.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Skag. Fall has arrived, and with it, big jobs for your business. From leaf piles growing to debris cleanup, you'll need equipment that can keep up with the work. At Howard Brothers, they've got you covered with a full lineup of Skag street blowers, vacuums, and debris loaders. Some of the most powerful tools in the industry. With Skag, you'll tackle every job with ease and deliver the premium service your customers expect. You demand simply the best, and that's exactly what Skag delivers. Stop by your local Howard Brothers today and gear up for the fall work heading your way. Looking for a smarter, smoother way to drive electric? Look no further than Jim Ellis Chevrolet.
Chuck Oliver here, inviting you to discover the 2025 Chevy Equinox EV.
Stylish, spacious, and fully electric. And right now, thanks to Jim Ellis Chevrolet and the Costco Auto Program, you can unlock exclusive savings that really add up.
Get 0% APR for 60 months for well-qualified buyers when you finance with GM Financial.
Plus, up to $1,250 off for just being a Costco member.
From zero emissions to zero interest, this is the EV offer you've been waiting for.
Plug into the savings at Jim Ellis Chevrolet and test drive the future today. Find your new EV at JimEllisChevrolet.com or stop by Jim Ellis Chevrolet on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter.
Jim Ellis Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Costco membership required. Incentive available on eligible 2025 Equinox EV model. 0% APR financing. Subject to credit approval through GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease. See dealer for details. Offer ends November 3rd, 2025.
I just don't have my headphones on. So.
Yeah, take your time. All right. I think we're...
Jesus, idiot.
All right, which one are we? Curtis Mayfield. I recognize this.
I'm sure Kimmer wouldn't have noticed.
This is Superfly. 1972, Curtis Mayfield started a 4-week run at #1 U.S. album chart with a soundtrack to Superfly, the movie, which probably starred the black actor Ron.
Let me see.
God, what was his name? Because he was in... he was in a lot of stuff. He was in the original. Yeah, what was it? Red Dawn. He was the Cuban soldier in Red Dawn. The Kimmer's here, ladies and gentlemen.
Trevor Jackson, Jason Mitchell.
Ooh, here we go. 1, 2.
Michael Kenneth Williams.
There he is. Oh, you want to finish this? Here's your birthdays.
Oh, in fact, hello. Do we? There we go. I don't hear anything.
Oh, you're on. You got the other
wrong,
mic. You got the other mic on. Here we go. There we are.
Yeah, now we're talking. In fact, oh my God. All right, 2 things. First of all, I'm coming in and listening. You're doing like all the freaking birthdays and all the history stuff.
I just did one.
Early this morning before I had, God. So I don't even know. I heard you.
As you tell me, it's a different audience every hour.
That's right.
Well, just to let you know, you got the halftime report coming up in 10 minutes.
Well, I'm screwed. What's unusual about that? And by the way, I don't know what that.
How many have I done?
Put that over here and put that right over there.
Get there.
And then somebody sent me some. It looks like a shirt.
While you open that, we're going to take Swatoon.
Well, and by the way, have you seen the crowd? Do you have the concert tonight?
Who?
It's called Day Seeker and In the Moment or something. And I'm telling you, it's nothing but black makeup and purple hair and goth up. And I don't mean to be rude or crude, but if you walk down that sidewalk right now, you will see 90% of the women, and it's almost all women, are at least 300 pounds. They're enormous. I'm sorry.
That's why they wear black.
It's like I saw girls who look like they could barely make their legs move. I don't mean to be mean. I really don't.
You're dressed in black. You could have fit right in.
Yeah, I don't really fit in with anybody anymore. Anyway, I'm sorry, Flounder. You were trying to do something?
Real quick, we got Swatoon on the horn.
Swatoon. Hey, Swatoon, how's it going? I'm sorry to be interruptive here. Anyway, it's goofing around. How's it going, man? What's up?
nothing much, Kimmer. I was just wondering. I see you survived the jumping from the second story window when the husband came home.
Very funny.
But
I've
anyway,
never been caught, sir. I mean, I've never done that kind of thing, sir, is what I meant to say. I misspoke.
But Pete was talking about 6-7, but kids are calling.
Yeah, in fact, I did a whole story. I got a story printed out on that. About school teachers are going nuts.
It's probably right there in front of you.
Okay. Yeah.
My 6-year-old is actually, when he plays Minecraft, he screams on the monitor 6-7, 6-7. So I asked him what does 6-7 mean. He's like, I don't know. Everybody said it, so I'm saying it too.
It's unbelievable, and it's like, and I can't. Of course, you have no idea what this is, for example. But I'm old enough to remember my parents' generation would have when people would say things like 23 skidoo, and I mean these were swallowing goldfish, and I mean just the weirdest things that get started. And what's that? Loco.
It's some of Generation Alpha's slang words now.
Oh, God! Oh, my Lord!
Well, the funny part is, I used to play World of Warcraft, and before the voice chat, if a tank on the healer was in trouble, you would type in 6-7 in the chat, and that would mean that healer needs somebody to take care of something that's attacking him, or the tank needs a healing so he can survive.
Wow!
But that was in 2004, 2006 era.
I'll be darned! You've got me. And again, I feel like such an old fogey anyway. but all this new, I mean. Really, seriously, I just feel so out of touch with stuff, but even the kids don't even know what it is. So anyway,
glad to hear you, man, and I'll listen to you later. Bye.
Thanks, man. Brad Sprattoon right there, 424.
Everything go all right with your procedure?
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't. It was, God, I'm on this charity list. And last night I got a call, and I donated a kidney, and then while I was in here, the doctor said, "Jesus, that's one of the best looking livers I ever saw. We got a guy in Maine needs like a quarter." I said, "While you're there, hey, who am I? I'm a giver." So and I thought, I didn't know it would take this freaking long to stop the sutures, So, but everything's fine now. Yeah, I feel a lot better. What's the matter?
Open your package.
Well,
it's Christmas.
No, you don't want me to do that. It's from my Kimmer.
Yeah, we're curious to see what's in there.
All right. Well, I need a knife.
Thankfully for me, I'm on the other side of the glass.
In fact, if I look at an address, that's from Georgia. Okay. All right, well, sir, I don't have... Yeah, you got a knife over there. Oh, no, is that my Marine Corps knife?
Yeah, it sure is.
Zoink. There, yeah, I think we got the rip started there. Let's do it. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Oh, my God. Oh, we got snacks.
Cracker Jacks.
We got Tootsie Roll Pops. We got Cracker Jacks. Hold on a minute. We got more.
Oh, wow. No, one burst.
We got an open Cracker
I wonder who did that.
Here, I'm going to eat some of that.
Oh, I hope there's not a rat in there. And more Tootsie Roll Pops.
Holy
oh, my
cow.
God. What a country. And more Cracker Jacks. and if the ones that aren't ripped, one pack ripped. And more Cracker Jacks.
Oh, my God.
And a little note. Is this really boring or is this okay? Hey, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, but mostly Kimmer. Well, that's him. It's the Tootsie Pop girl. I heard you mention Cracker Jacks a while back, so I got you some. Y'all mostly, but you bring me a lot of joy with love. Tootsie Pop girl, Kimmer Babe.
Mostly you.
Well, I didn't write it. Well, yeah. So help yourself. I'll clean this mess up here, boy.
That is a
mess. Anyway, so that's nice. Well, that's very nice. And by the way, I heard you do the speed typing girl. That was one of my history things.
Well, do it again.
I got all
See
this
if you can
stuff
do better.
here. Oh, in fact, I don't. Oh God, don't tell me I don't have it on here. You dirty.
What, did you leave your Jägermeister?
No, don't even tell me that. I know I brought it all in with me.
You only got half a show left. It doesn't matter.
Well, matter. Oh my God.
There's a whole bunch of stuff here. You can just do these.
No, I've got. Here it is. Here it is. I got it. I got it. It's all right here. I got my birthday list, and I got my history thing.
You're bleeding out.
And I've got something else too. All right. Anyway, 427. What do you want to do? Where are we? I don't even know where we are.
How about a game? We got a game?
Oh God, do I have a game? Let me look.
Well, we're about to have a phone call, so we'll have a phone call.
Phone call.
All right, well, let's do that. Again, sorry, I've got delayed here. 427, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And yeah, it was Tony. It was Tony's cousin who got out of prison.
Anthony, who was also Tony.
Tony, they call him Tony Jr. or something, or Tony 2 or whatever. And he also got his at the end, not to spoil because it's 10 years old.
Yeah.
When Tony Soprano had to kill him on the porch to get him up, and Leotardo was really ticked. And I love the part when Leotardo got it, and then he got his head run over in the freaking car with his wife screaming. I mean, that was one of the great gets of all time. Oh man, what a series! I mean, I think I have the last five of the entire series that I've saved.
It was
just, for
it was something that was trending on Twitter the other day about what's the best ending to a TV show or a movie.
Oh, that wasn't it.
Bob Newhart.
Bob Newhart. Yeah, the second Bob Newhart. But yeah, Sopranos was not a great ending. Neither was Seinfeld.
No.
I mean,
Did you guys ever watch the show 6 Feet Under on HBO?
Oh, yeah. I don't remember the final
ending
show.
to that was really good.
No,
don't tell us because I'm going to watch that someday. I haven't watched it.
I remember the guy who did Dexter.
Yeah, he was.
Was the kid. Yeah, anyway. All right, well, let me put this over here and put
the usual suspects.
And I got to find one more thing here. Here's my iPad, but I guess another piece of paper that I should have that I had from my.
We're about to break. You could probably do this during the break.
Yeah, son of a gun.
Yeah, tell us a joke.
That's not it. Crap.
There's Cracker Jacks everywhere.
I know.
Seriously.
I know. I can't. I know it's in there somewhere. I've got my my cover sheet thing that I do. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm bad. I'm not good. I'm not good. Oh crap! I hate that. Oh, and I know I've got it. Oh, there it is. No, that's not it.
No, that's not it.
Shoot. All right, don't worry about it.
I'm going to have another Cracker Jack.
I'll figure it out. Anyway, let's see. God, I had a bunch of stuff in there I wanted to talk about, too. I can't freaking believe it.
Well, there's a whole pile of stuff you're going to go through.
Well, anyway.
I'm going to leave now since you.
I
did
don't
the
think
first
so.
half.
I don't think so.
You do the second half.
Yeah. Let's see. We didn't talk about that fat teacher who was screaming yesterday. Well, I guess she got fired.
Did she? I heard
she got fired, but I didn't know the story because honestly, I didn't want to hear the sound bites. I'm so tired. I can't listen to those haters. Yeah. I just can't listen to them. I mean, it just makes me so. What are they talking about? She wants Donald Trump to wake up dead.
Yeah.
She wants him dead. I mean, this Illinois graduate student guy. I mean, I was a graduate student. I taught a class. I mean, what a punk.
Tipping over tables. Who gives you the right to do that to somebody?
It's just unbelievable. I mean, and I don't know. I literally can't. I can't watch. I did hear, I had a chance off and on to hear some of Donald Trump live again. Oh, my God. The early boy, like the noon guys, had there were a bunch of comments earlier. Trump is making jokes and cracking stuff and talking about reporters again. I mean, he was a talk show host. It was unbelievable. The man is freaking astounding. Anyway, and now I hear he's in
who was at the White House? What sports team was there visiting them?
Oh, God.
Not LSU.
Whoever won. Was it Tennessee won the baseball championship? Who won it this year?
No,
that was Tennessee.
It was Tennessee. I think it might have been, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. 24. They won it last year.
Yeah, I don't remember.
College baseball.
LSU.
I found my thing.
Yeah, LSU, I was right. LSU.
I found my thing. A couple of things. Well, it's 5:31. Okay, now hold on. Did you say you have a game or not have a game?
I don't have a game.
Okay, no, don't worry about it. Coming up. I got a couple things. I saw a bunch of videos where that's me. We're back. We're having fun. And what a mess.
What a mess.
Anyway, all right, 4:31.
Peanut.
And Pete and Flounder, and off we go. Here we go.
Get the latest breaking news and insight from the biggest conservative voices in the South when you follow Extra 106.3 across all your social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube at Extra 106.3.
Hey, Atlanta's Mark from the Safe House. I have a question for you. Am I the only person pissed off with the mainstream fake news, liberal judges,
and whiny liberal politicians
who don't realize why Donald Trump is president, and fake safes? And you may wonder, why fake safes? Well, a fake safe is like Joe Biden, cheap and ineffective. A real safe from Atlanta Safe House is like Donald Trump, tough, effective, and provides peace of mind when you need it the most. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast and see what a real safe looks like. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. So when we go through days or weeks of volatility in the market, Sean, it's hard to know what to do. What can you tell us?
The biggest thing is don't panic or make immediate decisions with your money. Take those emotional concerns out of the middle of it. You know, look, markets cycle regularly. Market corrections and bear markets are a normal part of the cycle. They're just part of the plan that are going to be accounted for. If you feel nervous when you read the headlines about big drops in the market, you might not know enough about how your money is positioned. That's why it's important to get the right guidance on a financial plan for your retirement.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
All right, so now's the time to start, folks. Looking ahead and identifying if you have too much risk in your portfolio. That's the first thing. We have a helpful little resource for our listeners today. We call it the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get it today by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement, plus guides on major topics like investments, Social Security, income planning, taxes, and so forth of the key components of retirement. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer and get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework to you right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Firm does not provide tax services.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication on your accounts, report phishing, and update your software on all your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. So stay smart, stay safe, and stay protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK. Terms do apply.
Braves Country Convos is the newest official podcast of the Atlanta Braves. Join hosts Jory Palmer and Lauren Saad for some fun, lighthearted, and unexpected discussions as they interview guests with strong Braves country ties about the things that connect us all. Guests range from Braves alumni Charlie Culberson, MLB Network's Lauren Shahadi, and more. Visit Braves.com/podcast to begin listening to Season 1 wherever you get your podcasts or watch on YouTube. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
Welcome to the Kimmer Show halftime update.
This won't take
Let's check
long.
in with Pete on the scoreboard. Stories prepared versus stories actually covered.
All right.
I can't find my
all the
birthdays
stories you sent Flounder this morning. You have done zero,
ladies and gentlemen,
zero of them, and I only did one.
It's not good. It's not
if
too
any.
good. That's all right. Anyway, Flounder, are we not? We're not.
Do the music.
Are we doing music? Well, he may have. No, he probably didn't have enough. If they had time, so no, it's good.
No, we're
right
good.
there.
We can go back and do the Clash because we didn't do that one.
No, I haven't done the Clash.
Oh, here we go. All right, 1978. 79, 78. Let me get my 78, 1978. The manager of the Clash, Bernie Rhodes, got sacked. They said the record company found him hard to deal with. A Melody Maker journalist named, I guess that's a publication. Magazine. Melody Maker. A writer for that magazine, Caroline Kuhn, took his place. Clash, 1978. So there you are. All right, sir. I'll put that over there and put this over here. Now, birthday. I see you stapled them together. Well, see, I don't normally do that. And I also write little notes. And that, this morning early when I'm doing all this stuff and I left, I can't find.
I'll put some notes on
freaking birthday list. You idiot. Anyway, Judge Judy. Judy Scheindlin is 83.
Nice Irish girl.
Today, yep. And I don't know if she's still doing her.
I think she is.
Yeah. And now in this day in history, now I've got a whole bunch of. Hold on, I got some good ones.
There's one on there.
No, I know there's a bunch, but I do this. I work at this. For example, let's see. God, because I've already lost about 4 of them. Are we doing any Chuck Berry songs coming up?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, well, I got a history on him, so I won't do that. Let's see. How about, all right, here we go. I got a little World War II thing, 1942. Navy pilot Eddie Rickenbacker's plane goes down in the South Pacific. Yeah. Eddie Rickenbacker and 2 of his crew drifted on a raft for 3 weeks before they were rescued. 3 weeks in the South Pacific. Rickenbacker had 26 aerial victories in World War I, was known as the Ace of Aces, and was the most decorated American pilot of the war. Eddie Rickenbacker's experience resulted in every Navy life raft being equipped with an emergency fishing kit.
Yeah. I saw his movie as a kid, the Eddie Rickenbacker story, and that was a big part of it, him being caught on that raft.
3 weeks.
What a life he led.
Holy mackerel.
Headed Eastern Airlines, didn't he?
I believe he did. I think it's actually correct. I wish you'd said that in here. Anyway, let's see. Where's my list? Here's my list. A couple things. Do we have any sound bites or anything we need to play? I'm
just the Delta guy going nuts in the Southwest.
All right, I saw that story this morning in the New York Post, and I thought, good Atlanta. And the guy screams Atlanta in the story too. Mm-hmm. Oh my God! Anyway, if you, I don't know. I don't have it. Here we go. A couple things. First of all, quickly. Oh, not quickly. Screw it. We got till 6, right? We're still until 6. We got nothing to do, right? I mean, is anything breaking right now other than anything?
The Brennan thing's not really breaking, so no.
Do we even mention that yet?
I haven't mentioned. I printed it up. I'll bring it in here next time.
One more coming up. And boy, he deserves it too. That nice, snotty little communist slime spot. He literally is a communist. If I recall, in 1970 Jimmy Carter year, he voted for Gus Hall, who's a communist. Yeah. And the reason was that he voted for Gus Hall because John Brennan, we're talking about, the former CIA freaking director, John Brennan said that Jimmy Carter wasn't liberal enough. So he said, I got to vote for the communists. It was the right thing to do. Oh, my God. He became the director of the CIA.
Oh, my God. Edgar,
I almost literally can't. How could that's not even in a book? That's the kind of thing. If it was a secret that he had voted for the communists, that'd be like a Jason Bourne story. The swamp does the thing. It was right out loud. Everybody knew it.
Who was the FBI guy?
Edgar Hoover.
He's rolling in his grave.
Oh my God, with his dress on. Anyway, so we got that coming. John Brennan apparently is about to be indicted, or maybe indicted, or
going to send it to the DOJ for a prosecution.
Well, then it's going to, oh my, yeah. And again, the first thing they're going to say is, oh, this is Richard, this is just go using the Department of Justice for political vengeance. Oh, these dirty bastards, because that's what they did, and now we're trying to clean it up, and they'll accuse us of doing exactly what they did, which is exactly what the Democrats do. You go after them for what you did, and then they have to defend themselves, and all of a sudden they're the story. Trump will be the story about the bad guy. Once again, the Nazi taking over, the fascists taking over. Yeah, I mean,
you're empowered. Do it.
That's right. We won, baby. You know, it has consequences. Election stuff. Yes, sir.
Yes, Kelly is on the horn, and she has the fix for the government shutdown.
Oh, well, I'll be darned, Kelly. Welcome aboard. Help us out here. What's up?
Okay, so you know how the main thing the Democrats are complaining about is the subsidies for Obama, which,
right.
I mean, healthcare, and we all know the story behind that and how, they're misrepresenting. But anyway, so we should tell them that we will extend them for 1 year. However, they have to publicly admit that Obamacare is a complete failure. And they
well, you had me there for a minute, Kelly.
And then we work together in a bipartisan way.
Yeah, right.
To save the free market.
You're so sweet. I mean, that's a great idea, and that's right. It'll never happen.
But more Democrats are coming out saying
they're turning
it's
on
broken.
well, of course it's broken.
Bernie Sanders said it was broken.
Yeah, I mean, these idiots. How did they possibly think that they could turn after what Trump did with the election and all the victories between then and now? Kelly, can you believe what this president's accomplished in 6 or 7 or 8 months? It's 9 months. It's unbelievable. And the Democrats still think they can override him for everything because they're so powerful. I mean, it's hysterical. Anyway, thank you, sweetie. That was a great. What a great call. And of course, it'll never happen. But you're on record as proposing it. All right, thanks, Doll. All right, sweetie. 443. Good Lord.
2 weeks ago, I down in Florida. We found something for you, and I forgot last week. Your big problem is you say that there's no girl,
chicks.
I
got no. Yeah,
I have in my sweaty hand.
I knew he had a
solution to your problem.
Is this what I need? Grow a girl. Oh my God, what a great idea. Yes. Holy crap. Grow a girlfriend, drop it in the water and watch it grow. Grows to 8 times the original. Oh my God, that's perfect. That's perfect.
You got to take video of it when you throw it in the water.
I will. I wonder if it actually does get big. I wonder. It's plastic. Well, I can't, but I will definitely do that. Oh my God, that's fairly hysterical. Well, thank you and her. You're very kind. Well, a couple things. I posted on Facebook and YouTube this morning when I went to get my paper, the Al Jazeera Constipation, America's largest black newspaper, and I brought it inside and I opened it up, and there were 2 segments, and that was it. No, there was the front page section and the sports section, no news section, and no living. So it has 4 sections: front page, news, sports, living. Okay, no living, no sports, no explanation, no text to say, oh, well, you will pay. I mean, it was unbelievable. And so I posted and say, well, I guess they're starting early because they're going out of freaking business at the end of the year. And if you think I'm signing up for their piece of crap service anyway, oh my God, I can't believe. Almost every day I could post a video of them doing something deliberately to try to hurt America. I mean, seriously, to deliberately, like that headline would do, and then Governor Kemp and the clapping. I mean, it's unbelievable. And so, frankly, I'm glad. I'll just say, okay. Now, a couple things. So, I just wanted to alert you to that because it was just, here we go, and that's fine. Let's see. I'm kind of goofing around here. Have you seen the video of the flying bubble planes?
No.
Oh, my God. They're called Formula One of the Skies. You have to Google this right now. Formula One of the Skies. These are test pilots somewhere in San Antonio or someplace, and they have built these one-man bubble planes. They're like helicopter bubble one-man things, and they have little contests. They go 60 miles an hour. You can go like 9 feet off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
It is the Jetsons.
The Jetsons, and they're available for $150,000. I mean, look at him. You've got to say, I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, there's videos of zoink, and they. I saw him on Fox News coverage earlier this morning, and they showed
that looks fun as hell
from the inside. You see it from the inside.
I do that.
Then like the sky cam on his helmet, and then they show from the front of the airplane of the pod, whatever it's called. There's like a plastic bubble. And they show the pilot. It's just some guy in a golf shirt, kind of, dazed, like no big deal. It's the damnest thing you ever saw. I mean, it looks just fun as hell. But can you imagine if everybody in your neighbor? Yeah, I know it. See, but look at it. It's like riding a lawnmower.
I could go get groceries in that.
Can you imagine if all your neighbors had one? How the hell would you ever get out of your driveway?
Oh my God! I could commute here in like 40 minutes.
I'm telling you, it's the damnedest thing I've ever seen. It's real. It's there. It's real. And this guy's, what is he?
And who can catch you? The cops don't have anything that can catch you.
That's right.
They can't keep up with this.
It's the damnedest thing I ever saw. And it's called Jetson. That's the name of the company, I guess. And they're called.
How much?
It's called $150,000.
Oh, damn it.
Formula One of the Skies is a company that built them. It's a bunch of test pilots.
Maybe for Christmas.
Anyway, 448-ish. How you doing? Kimmer, Payne, Flounder. And it's cold and kind of drizzly out there.
Is it?
Yeah. It's
it looks like winter.
Yeah, drops are falling. And we got the death crowd out there for the concert. Oh, man. That's a scary bunch of people. All right, hold on. Look out. Look out.
Your favorite Extra shows are streaming live video from the studio on Extra 106.3's YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Extra YouTube channel and get the Morning Extra and the Kimmer Show in live digital video.
More than intelligent, it's thoughtful. Not just spacious, it's sensuous and stylish. It's indulgent, yet outgoing. Foundationals to the GLC SUV is a turbo hybrid power, intelligent digital cockpit, and MBUX with routines. Get an exceptional offer on the 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 SUV. Just $579 per month for 36 months with $52.03 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models during the RBM of Atlanta's fall sales event, now through October 31st. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through October 31st, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Faith, family, freedom. These are the cornerstones of America and the foundation for a successful life. But today, all three are under attack. Crushing debt, out-of-control spending, and reckless policies in Washington are threatening your savings, your retirement, and your future. Hi, this is Glenn Beck. The only financial advisory firm I recommend in Atlanta is Nicholas Wealth Management. David Nicholas and his team believe protecting your money is about more than wealth. It's about defending your faith, your family, and your freedom. If your hard-earned retirement is left exposed to market chaos, higher taxes, or inflation, what happens to the life you've worked so hard to build? For over 20 years, David Nicholas has helped families right here in Atlanta fight back with retirement strategies built to better withstand uncertainty. Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 404-890-5606, or visit nicholaswealth.com. Aim to safeguard your future today.
Nicholas Wealth is an independent financial services firm that uses a variety of different investment strategies.
You probably heard Relief Factor commercials where somebody says to his spouse regarding his pain, "You don't understand. It's gone." Well, Sharon told us that's exactly how she feels. She wrote to me and she said, "Glenn, Relief Factor has helped me so much. I plan on taking it for the rest of my life. I'm a walking testimonial." For me, it was more like Tanya twisting my arm to give Relief Factor a try. I heard about Relief Factor All Natural, created by doctors, blah, blah, blah. I really agreed to try it, not in thinking it would work. I just wanted to get her to stop telling me to do something and prove her wrong. Well, she was right, again, of course, and I got my life back. Not only did I not have to live in pain, I could thrive again. If pain has been holding you back, maybe it's time you found out why so many people just like Sharon, just like me, make Relief Factor part of their daily routine. 2 out of 3 people who try it go on to order more month after month. I'm one of them. Try the 3-week quick start today. See how it works for you. Visit ReliefFactor.com, 800-4-RELIEF. That's 800-4-RELIEF. 800-4-RELIEF.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, she did, yes. Chuck Berry. Dun, 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 dun. There's definitely a story behind this. Chuck Berry's cover of the audience participation song My Ding-a-Ling hits number 1 on this day in 1972. Many radio stations refused to play it because of, obviously, talking about his ding-a-ling. It was Chuck Berry's biggest hit, Chuck Berry. It was Chuck Berry's biggest hit, and his only number 1. I find that hard to believe. It's unbelievable. His only number 1 Billboard Hot 100 single in America. Chuck Berry recorded it during a live performance the previous February. The song was originally written and recorded by Dave Bartholomew 20 years earlier in 1952. Chuck Berry. And when I say Chuck Berry, I think of the talk show guy who was involved with a scandal, the 21 quiz show. Jack Berry is what I think.
Jack Berry.
Yeah. Now, I've got a birthday here somewhere. Hold on a second. I can't find. I'm gonna call in tonight. I'm gonna interrupt the show tonight when I get home to call in and give my own birthday list. And I looked up myself. Instead, I'll do one. Now, I think you mentioned Amber Rose, one of Kanye's ex-wives. You've always got another one today's birthday. Kim Kardashian, 45.
That's not on the list.
Oh yeah,
not on my list. It was.
Yeah,
it
right
was.
There.
I didn't even look at it.
Yeah, there you are. Well, that's right. It's a team thing.
Team.
And now, what was I going to do? Hold on a minute. Crap. Oh, here we go. 1958. Like Scotch tape and Band-Aids, tater tots is not a generic term like Kleenex, but it's a name brand owned by Ore-Ida.
Mm-hmm.
The extruded potato side dish was created by Ore-Ida founders' brothers. They were looking for a way to use scrap pieces of their potatoes. In 1954, the two attended the National Potato Convention, there is a thing, which was held at the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami, Florida. According to Mashed.com, the brothers bribed the hotel's chef to cook up their side dish of tater tots to be served for breakfast, and everybody loved them. They were all gobbled up faster than a dead cat could wag its tail, whatever the hell that means, said Neffy Gregg, one of the brothers. On this day in 1958, they copyrighted the name Tater Tots, and I have those every night, basically.
I had some this morning from Chick-fil-A.
Yep. I have meat, either meatballs or chicken things, and tater tots and gravy and salt.
Imagine a bunch of spud farmers set loose in Miami Beach.
I know. Wow, look at that damn building over there. Fontainebleau? Oh, mercy. Anyway.
Isn't that where Gleason did his show?
Yeah, Jackie Gleason, yeah. Away we go with a little glass of champagne. We never missed those shows, and The Honeymooners was a classic. You know, I would still watch if it was on now. I'd tape every one that was on and watch it.
There's not many of them.
Yeah, and they didn't. Well, the old kinescopes, I guess, were all mostly.
Well, they didn't make many of them.
Yeah,
really.
Well, anyway, but I mean, hey, Ralphie boy, just
Norton, hey Norton,
hey, down in the sewer. I mean, what with a hat? Oh God. Anyway, all right. Hold on a second. There's something else I wanted to get off my chest. Oh, a couple things. We got a Flounders Funny. We're still doing that, even though.
Oh crap! We forgot that last out where we were doing the interview, so you didn't have time.
Well, then we owe you. Then we'll do two of them. We'll do one coming up at the end of this hour, like I like to do, and then Flounder, but somewhere between 5 o'clock after sports, maybe we'll do a little extra Flounders Funny. What the hell? I mean, that's what they want to hear. It's good. If it's good radio, we play it. That's my motto. You know, if it's good, if it's fun radio, if it's good radio, then we'll play it. It doesn't matter what we do around it. A couple things. Okay, I got a minute. Here we go. They're making I saw on some of the news things early this morning was getting ready. They're making some big deal about Joe Biden ringing the bell for the end of his cancer treatments. Yes, it's incredible. He rang the bell because he went through his whole series of radiation treatments for his prostate cancer. Wow, he rang the bell and it's off. I never got the ring. I never rang a bell. I had 5 weeks of radiation every day for 5 weeks before I came to work.
Maybe that was before they did that.
25 years ago?
When did they start ringing bells?
22 years ago. I think they've done that. Oh, well, I never thought. I mean, oh my God. No, they've been doing that forever.
I don't remember that as when you were younger hearing about that, but.
Yeah. But I'm used to it all the time. But anyway, I thought, and by the way, that's not a thing. I mean, I'm glad. And I hope he lives forever. And it's not going to do any good because it's in his bones. So what they're doing now is whatever they can do to do,
one of our listeners, Cole Colleen. Does the Blue Moon Pizza and stuff like that. Basically just rang the bell recently. He's had some throat stuff.
Excellent. Outstanding. I mean, that's a good thing. I'm just saying, and again, I was one of the lucky ones because I did it before I came to work every day for 5 weeks. And it really, while I was on the job, it really didn't do much to me. That part of it. Anyway, so congratulations, and I hope he lives another 20 years because I want to see him suffer the consequences of what he did to this country. And I hope he spends the last 10 of those 20 years in freaking federal prison. Hey, Flounder, we got a little Flounder's Funny back there, maybe? A little something there. 4:58 of the time clock.
Anytime I go to the beach, I don't take off my swimsuit because I'm not trying to get that sunburn. And but I'll go with my friend, and she takes off her top. And she got breast implants, and I hadn't seen them yet. And they look really good. So I was like, oh my gosh, your fake boobs look amazing. And then she got mad at me because I called them fake boobs. And I was like, well, they're not real. Like, if your friend got breast implants, would you call them real? No. Would you? Okay, good. So we're all a little transphobic.
What? It was a guy who did it.
Oh, guy did. Oh, my God. So was that the joke as we did?
Yeah.
Oh
wow. That's a good term.
I totally missed that.
Right over the head.
Oh, wow, my goodness. All right. Oh, you know what? We have news coming up 5 o'clock. Holograph of Sports coming up, and then we'll do another Flounder's Funny between 5 and 6. I'm getting an awful lot of videos pop up on my phone when I open my Facebook page of dogs bringing their puppies to put in the cribs with babies.
Yeah.
It's got to be AI, right?
No.
Yes, some of them are.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but yes, some
there's
of them.
There's a million. I mean, every time I turn around, it's or a kitty, a cat. I mean, there's a kitten or a puppy gets put in, and the people are saying, "Oh, that's so cute." Oh, and it's like they're real right there. And I'm thinking, it looks real to me.
Well, the cat's doing it to steal the breath of the baby.
Just suck the breath right out of the kid, sure. Well, we all know that. That's why boys grow up so much enjoying a French kissing. I mean, that's a true story. It's coming up on 5 o'clock.
The U.S. government's been shut down for 3 weeks. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News, and each side is telling the other to budge.
The party in power would rather suffer a shutdown and negotiate with Democrats to lower costs.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says he and the top House Democrat have reached out to President Trump asking for talks to address what they call a health care crisis with Obamacare subsidies expiring this year. Senate Majority Leader John Thune.
People keep saying, negotiate. Negotiate what? I don't know what that is right now. The government needs to open up, and then we're happy to sit down and talk about any other issues that Democrats want to talk about.
President Trump urging Democrats to stop the madness, as he puts it, accusing them of holding the government hostage to appease extremists in their party. A short-term spending bill passed by the House has failed to reach the 60 votes needed to advance in the Senate 11 times. The president just hosting a Diwali celebration in the Oval Office, marking the Hindu Festival of Lights, and saying he spoke today with India's prime minister about trade. Homeland Security officials say a U.S. Marshal and an illegal immigrant were shot during an immigration enforcement traffic stop earlier today near downtown L.A., and that the target had previously escaped from custody.
Now, DHS writes about today's shooting. The illegal alien weaponized his vehicle and began ramming the law enforcement vehicle in an attempt to flee. Fearing for the safety of the public and law enforcement, our officers followed their training and fired defensive shots. The illegal alien was shot in the elbow, and one law enforcement officer was shot in the hand by a ricochet bullet. Both are in the hospital.
Fox's Matt Finn. DHS says vehicle rammings are part of a jump in assaults on its law enforcement officers. Just getting word of a tanker truck filled with gasoline exploding in Nigeria, killing at least 31 people. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why the big wireless companies want you on an unlimited plan? It's because they need you to help cover the cost of the 20-somethings who are using a lot of data every month. Fact is, according to the latest research studies, most people 50 and up, like me, only use 12 gigs or less each month. Don't get bamboozled by big wireless. At Consumer Cellular, pick what suits your needs. Whether it's 1 gig, 5, 10, or unlimited, the point is, pay for exactly what you need and nothing more. We use the same towers as the big guys, but since we don't own and maintain them, we can pass the savings on to you. Our plans start at just $20 a month, and you'll get the best customer service in the business. I want to invite you to join the millions of people who choose something better than big wireless, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank. Ready on your dog target. Help, road guards out. There lives. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How's it going? Well, it's getting a little dark out there, too, and it was a little rainy earlier. It really all of a sudden felt like fall as I was coming in from the parking lot. I got here late today because I had to donate a couple of organs. I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, so here we go. It almost feels like fall, but I think the forecast still says 80s for a couple of days. So it's Indian summer still.
It'll be the first night in a year that I've driven home pretty much in the dark.
In the dark, yeah. Well, anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Gee, where's my list of stuff here? Well, anyway, I got here. I feel totally discombobulated because they're just missing from the beginning. I don't like doing things that I like to do. Sorry. So coming in the middle of stuff when I was late for stuff I don't like. So
then you should have taken a day off.
No, yeah. I can't. Honestly, I can't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
So
do
you'd
it.
rather be pissed off that you missed half the show versus taking a nice day off and going riding your bike.
I don't think that was a vote of confidence in you. I've only been filling in for you for 30 years.
I didn't. I felt guilty. I mean, I could have, but I felt. I couldn't.
You should have gone to Outback and just sat at the bar and eaten a blooming onion. And,
frankly.
That's what I would have
done.
Well,
I mean, there could be if there were a certain circumstance in my life where it might have been an opportunity, a time to take an afternoon off, I would have done it. But what the hell am I going to do? Sit at home watching Fox News and listening to you bastards if I got home at 4:30 or something? What I might I couldn't do it. It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right. And plus, we get 4 days off a year or something. We get 4, 5. We get 4 days after 6 months, and then we get one more day between the last 6 months. We get one more to take. So that's that's fine. We got plenty of those. Good. We don't go to a lot of those. Never mind. I was going to do a whole thing. It's a good thing I'm not going to do that. No. Everything's fine, really. Oh, mercy. Let's see. A couple things. Former CIA director John Brennan is about to be indicted Today, Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, got a letter. Jim Jordan, a Republican congressman, I like this guy. He's one of the guys. Sometimes he used to get a little weakish occasionally, but at least he's in there. He's one of the fighters. And he says Brennan lied in his testimony before the Judiciary Committee 2 years ago, saying that they used the CIA, they did not use the CIA Steele dossier in preparing their intelligence community assessment on Russian interference and falsely claiming that the CIA opposed including the dossier. He lied about it. They got him dead to rights. Hell, remember, this is the dominoes. When they got Jim Comey, some of the evidence was that, and also Operation Arctic Frost concerning Christopher Wray, the disgrace of Atlanta, who's probably still down in Costa Rica, someplace shredding documents before they catch him before the House Judiciary Committee again, too. And clearly showed that these guys all lied about how they wanted to include this. Remember, Puttitat said, well, we got to do a better job on this and send him back to work. So they say, yeah, we got to change this. Remember, we read the texts. We read the text. His own freaking handwriting. Well, we got to change this because we got to make it a better outcome or stuff like that. He freaking lied about it. And we caught him. We got him. Now, if nothing happens on all these guys, we have it in writing. Anyway. So he says the investigations confirm the Clinton campaign. Hold on. What am I doing with this? The Clinton campaign and the DNC paid the Steele people by the law firm Perkins Cole and opposition research firm Fusion GP to get derogatory information about Trump's ties to Russia to discredit everything, and it was all discredited, and they all lied about it, and the dirty bastards have gotten away with it now for, 8 years, 10 years, whatever it's been since they started this? It's just unfreaking believable. All right, 508, before we got to lose time, when I read this morning, I thought, oh, God, here we go. Now, as you know, I only fly Delta Airlines. I have friends at Delta Airlines. I've been doing it for years. I had a problem with that when they, kicked that United States Marine off a flight because she was concerned about, helping people try to not commit suicide, and some little sissified, treat her like crap, and Delta didn't do a damn thing about it. So I got like an ethical issue. But I love Delta. I fly Delta. I put my money there, so I'm not negative in any way about them, about their service and their stuff. Well, a flight attendant, and we have audio, I believe, of this, Founder. You guys were telling me if that's correct. A flight attendant for Delta was berating a Southwest Airlines gate agent. The male attendant for Delta had just landed in Atlanta, and he called out a Southwest employee for what he claimed was bad customer service. The story is a little confusing. He was flying on Southwest, right? He was taking a ride on Southwest Airlines. Yeah. It said, the people in the comments,
wearing Delta gear?
Yeah, I said... eventually walks away. Can you try recording that? The viral video of people comments section torn over who to side with. He ain't lying. All right. Well, first of all, here's the male flight attendant confronting the Southwest Airlines gate agent. And checked out what he calls the woman. Poor girl.
This is the worst airport. Y'all make Southwest look horrible. That customer service is ridiculous. I'm coming up there with the calm energy, asking her can I get a different priority, and she's supposed to can't. No, that's ridiculous in this ghetto, and it's because it's Atlanta, and y'all don't have no respect for customer service. Y'all need to clean it up. Clean it up. Because I'm just taking a flight, and I don't have to take Southwest. I can take Delta. No, because she disrespected me for no reason. No, first off, put your hand out my face. You are something. You ain't nothing. Where your name tag at? You ghetto. That's ridiculous. You make it Atlanta. That's why they told me not to come here. That's why they told me not to transfer and not to move here. Because y'all are ridiculous and ghetto. I don't do that type of stuff. I don't do that. I carry myself with professionalism. I'll take Delta back home. We have a flight, but I'll take Frontier. I'm not going to be dealing with y'all. That's ridiculous. Delta, Detroit, and Baltimore don't have no type of ghetto type of act.
Ghetto. Then go there.
Yeah, I know y'all from Baltimore. That's Atlanta got to clean it up. Because this is supposed to be the Black Mecca, and y'all can't even carry yourself with class and respect.
I'm going to tell you, what's your Instagram?
I'm sorry, I don't have an Instagram.
Oh, you don't need it, boo.
I don't need an Instagram.
Someone from Baltimore giving us crap about ghetto?
Yeah.
Why are you suckers moving here if we're so ghetto?
Yeah. And I don't know. Again, I'm confused as to He must not have been in uniform, but he must obviously was a Delta flight attendant who was on their airline and berated them for what he said ghetto service, unprofessional.
You and I may know the only heterosexual flight attendant.
I know, yeah. Who, by the way, I'll bet you that there's a lot of opportunity.
First of all, the travel, he sends these photos. He travels in every town. He takes a day off and goes and does that town.
Yeah.
It's great.
There's a flight attendant who, as a horse owner, one of my favorite horses at the stable every weekend, and she's a Facebook friend, and she's a flight attendant, and she's an international flight attendant. It's been doing it for 20 or 30 years, so she's got a lot of seniority, and she sends pictures every week from Morocco and Athens, Greece, and and every place she goes all the time. So they all get together. So I'm back in town. And they have it's unbelievable.
He went to Sleepy Hollow a few weeks back and had some great photos.
Really? No kidding. But I bet you there's a great opportunity to
knowing him, he's taking advantage of it.
Well, if it's like I know a guy who went in the Marines because I joined the Marines. He was in high school and I was in prep school. Oops, sorry, was that me?
It's Delta.
Probably Delta. And I joined the Marines, and then he joined the Marines because he said, "Oh, you're joining the Marines, I'll join the Marines too." And he was a hairdresser. A single good-looking male heterosexual hairdresser. Let me tell you, the girls love going to him play with their hair.
What was the guy? He was with Barbara Streisand, John something, and he was a producer of movies. He was a hairdresser and got so rich he could produce movies. John Peters. Was that his name?
Yeah. Was that in
L.A.?
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, sorry about the phone.
And Shampoo, the Warren Beatty movie.
Warren Beatty, yeah. Well, that's an example. There you are. Yeah. So anyway, all right, hold on. It's 5:13 already. Hold it, grab a sport. What's the matter?
You know who said that when he got rich and famous, he said, "I just want enough money to open up a chain of hairdressing shops." That was his life's goal.
No, who's that?
Ringo.
No kid. Didn't he in fact work at it?
I don't know. They interviewed him right when they started getting famous. He goes, "Well, I hope to make up enough money to open up a chain of hairdressing salons."
Cool. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, holy crap, it's sports right around the bend here. Look out. Here we go. What the hell that?
As a kid, scoring a full-size candy bar on Halloween was like hitting the jackpot. This month at Jim Ellis Buick GMC, get that same feeling with monster savings on a full-size truck. Hey, it's Chuck and Chernoff. Treat yourself to $11,250 off MSRP on in-stock 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation models.
Plus an extra $3,000 with a qualifying trade. That's up to $14,250 in total savings. This truck is a beast. Strong, capable, and premium. Built for those who expect more.
Find your new Sierra and save at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person. Located on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter, or off Highway 20 in Buford.
Jim Ellis Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
2025 Sierra 1500 Elevation, example stock, number GS4421, MSRP $68,034. After the $11,250 Jim Ellis discount, sale price is $56,784. $3,000 trade-in assistant discount available for owners of 2011 or newer models. Offer excludes TABT and state fees. Expires 10/31/25.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Are home repairs piling up? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Relax. We've got you covered. From drywall dings and leaky faucets to deck repairs and trim replacement, we're your one-stop shop for everything for your home needs. No more juggling multiple contractors. Just call us at the Trusted Toolbox and we'll handle it. Your home deserves the best, and we don't want you breaking your back trying. Call the Trusted Toolbox today at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. The Trusted Toolbox, your one-stop shop for home repairs and more.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20. And we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better. Because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Did you know your dog ages about 7 times faster than you do? That means every single day with your puppy truly matters. The gray whiskers of the older dog, the slower walks, the longer naps, they're all reminders that time is very precious. But here's what most dog owners don't realize. You can actually help slow down parts of the aging process with something as simple as live nutrition. The problem? If you're feeding your dog kibble, you're feeding something that has been stripped of nearly all the live nutrients that fight aging. That's why naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black created Rough Greens. Every scoop puts those live nutrients back into your dog's diet, helping their body fight the effects of time. Stronger joints, sharper minds, more energy at any age. If your dog only has so many days with you, shouldn't every day be their best? Right now, you can get the free Jumpstart trial bag. Just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. Use the promo code BECK. That's roughgreens.com. Discount code BECK, because time with your dog is precious. Make every day count with Rough Greens.
This was the day 1992. Madonna's book called Sex hits the market, $50 with a compact disc.
Madonna.
Did you already do this one?
No, I actually bought the book.
It was still the best-selling coffee table book there is.
I know. It's interesting.
Holy crap, at Sports, RBM of Atlanta, your sponsor. You bought one?
I went in the bookstore, and there was a line.
Oh, are you sure?
And it came in a silver, like Pop-Tarts. It came in a silver package.
Had a compact disc.
And heavy and metal.
She sold 150,000 the first day. And more than almost 2 million around the world.
It's a weapon. It's heavy and metal.
It's the best-selling coffee table book there is.
It really wasn't worth the $49.
I can't imagine.
It really wasn't.
No, yeah.
The Falcons have released wide receiver Ray McCloud II.
Oh.
No, the third. Today, the team also signed offensive lineman Raekwon O'Neal to the practice squad and placed offensive lineman Ryan Hayes on the practice squad's injured reserve. Ray was having trouble, allegedly, with the firing of Coach Ike Hilliard, which is the reason he came here is because of Ike.
Yeah.
And they sent him home last week.
Yeah. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah. The World Series is canceled. Did you hear about that?
I did hear he was playing. Yeah.
The World Series is canceled due to a lack of a team you can really root for.
Well, thank you.
There are no teams left.
I know. Well, I
heard him arguing in the hallway down the hall to the left about who you're going to root for, and someone said the Dodgers. They're going to Dodgers. Well, but you're going to root for the Blue Jays? They beat the Braves.
No, I was there. We went there. We were.
I didn't get to go.
You didn't get to go?
No.
I went to Toronto for one game.
Heather went.
Oh, well.
Heather Murphy went.
Yeah, of course. Her. No, she's a lovely gal.
Yes,
and by the way, I was very impressed with the city of Toronto. They were the most well-dressed. Anyway, just switch up. Anyway, yeah.
It's supposed to be a nice city.
Well, I'd love to see Oshoni Yahoo do his thing in the World Series.
Oshoni Yahoo. From now on, mark that down. He's Oshoni Yahoo.
John Clusto. Jew Clusto.
Who else was named?
Claude Justo.
Like Buckaroo Banzai is his brother.
Oh, in fact, I just remembered a sports birthday.
All right.
Because it's on my list that I have at home.
Right.
Ichiro,
named after a motorcycle.
Suzuki. I believe that's Ichiro, they call him.
Ichiro.
I can't remember. And there was one other, too, and I can't remember, and it's home.
All right. It's the Dodgers against the Blue Jays. The Jays came from behind at home last night to nip the Mariners 4-3, trailing 3-1, bottom of the seventh. George Springer comes to the plate and does this.
Slow pitch. High fly ball. Left field. Arozarena watches it go.
Foghorn there.
Now, we think that's Joe Davis of Fox, right? Okay.
I believe so.
So Game 7 of the ALCS goes to Toronto. Game 1 of the Fall Classic Friday night in Canada. L.A. heavily favored, which means the Jays have home field.
Now, let me ask you this also. Do you have an issue with so many days off for the Dodgers?
Well, it never helped the Braves.
Well, I saw a chart listed. Every time there's a World Series where the first team to win has more than 6 days off, they've always lost.
They suck.
Every time they lost.
Because you got to time those pitches.
Yeah. Every time.
All right. And Friday, what's today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
You have to wait 3 days, so the Blue Jays aren't going to be sharp either. But they need the rest.
It'll be November.
What is the only franchise, which you already know because you just said it during the break, of the 30 MLB teams to never be in a World Series?
Seattle Mariners.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah,
the Pilots nor the M's.
With all the and didn't Ken Griffey Jr. play there for 15 years?
Edgar Martinez, Randy Johnson. Think of the players that have gone through there.
Unbelievable.
Let's see. Mariners shortstop Bo Bichette, who has missed the entire postseason so far with that knee, says he will play in the series. So that will help. Make it. Yeah. I still say Dodgers in 5, 6, maybe tops.
I'd like to see Freddie Freeman do well too. I mean, just for old time's sake, really. And
he's already got
Ichiro.
Well, here's the thing. He's already got one World Series there.
No.
By the time it's over, he'll be just as much time there as here.
As here. Yeah.
Does he go in the Hall of Fame with a Dodgers cap on?
Well, I hope he does half and half if he has to do something.
Because that's his home.
Yeah. But I think, well, we'll see.
And he wins more than one championship there?
Yeah, I know.
How many have we won since he left?
Okay, then I hope they lose. I hope they'll, have something wrong with their ankles and they never play again. Sorry, that's probably wrong.
The Angels have hired former Braves catcher Kurt Suzuki as their new skipper.
I follow that.
That's right. It's a big day for Suzuki. Mm-hmm. The Braves have signed 35-year-old catcher Austin Nola to a minor league deal. Austin, the brother of Philly starter Aaron Nola.
Oh,
who are you waving at?
Just people coming in to say.
I don't know who these people are.
Well, I got some visitors.
Just wondered.
Sorry, the big glass.
That's our boss. That's one of our bosses.
There you are.
Yeah. ESPN mouthpiece Stephen Anthony Smith has admitted years after that trashing the man Kyrie Irving was not smart, that NBA star Irving was exactly right on his stance of not taking the experimental and non-tested COVID vaccine.
Stephen A. Smith admitted that he was,
he was right. Despite immense pressure and threats, Irving stuck to his guns, making the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, bow and change the rules to Kyrie so he could play in Brooklyn.
Outstanding.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Good for him. Your bodily fluids, Kyrie, will now be worth something someday very soon.
Aha.
I'm telling you, those of us who are clean.
That's right.
We will sell it.
Well, I had one shot. One lousy shot.
And you're blown.
My daughter Sarah said you're not visiting your grandkids if you don't get that shot for the beach vacation.
Unbelievable. Yeah. NBA season starts tonight. The Hawks begin at home tomorrow night against the Raptors. LeBron James and Steve Nash say look out for the Hawks in the East.
I read something about that.
Well, Porzingis and with these guys they got? No. The religious war in Utah got more intense, this time over a place kicker over the weekend. During their annual game between BYU and Utah, that's Brigham Young in Utah, Utes kicker Dylan Curtis refused to stop practicing his kicks during the moment of prayer in Lavelle Edwards Stadium by the Mormon school.
Oh, that's nice.
The whole place got quiet except for the thump of toe meeting leather.
Oh.
Cougars fans say this is why the Utes lost for the third straight year. They disrespected not just them, but God.
Now, is that a thing?
Well,
someone
said you got
the whole place is silent, then it's kind of.
But the kicker has an allotted time to get his kicking in.
Yeah, you're right. I know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think.
BroBible.com has demoted Michael Penix Jr. to just the 22nd best quarterback in the NFL. There's only 32 teams. That's down from 18 last week. Frankly, that's too high anyway at 22, the way he played. I mean, his stats looked okay, but the sucker just went back there and just stood with his eyes like, now what do I do? And that's coaching.
Yeah.
That's coaching. I'll tell you, they're not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see it coming from a mile away.
Doesn't look good. Had that great game, and they were number one defense and everything, and then what happened?
Playing a team that was beat up, bunch of nobodies back there, couldn't score more than 10 points. Bill Belichick's year outside of his bedroom has gone awry, but it may be looking up.
Uh-oh.
The 6-time Super Bowl winner advanced to the final 12 coaches in the running for the 2026 class for the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Oh, he didn't kill her or anything, did he? Or?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was his future looking up.
It's going to be the other way around. She's going to kill him. Belichick, in his first year of eligibility, they changed the rules. 2-time Super Bowl champion coaches Tom Coughlin. Who did he coach for?
New York Giants.
And
the one of the Southern teams. Oh, God. South Carolina. Carolina Panthers.
No.
Well, then I don't know.
The other one, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. See, I knew that.
Took him to the AFC title game.
I remember that.
Second year, I think,
kind of a dour fellow, a little gray-haired, little dour fellow. All it seemed to me, tough guy.
Won a couple Super Bowls.
Not a real happy-looking individual.
With him and Eli,
kind of a mean-spirited fellow, I think. But good, I guess, really.
Mike
good coach.
Shanahan. Where did he coach?
Everywhere.
Oakland and Denver.
Yeah.
Beat the Falcons in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
George Seifert advanced. Where did he coach?
San Francisco. Took over from the star of,
took over from who he inherited, Bill Walsh's team.
Walsh's team, yeah. And then I don't know where he went after that.
Carolina.
Oh, there we go.
Let's see. Well, who else got in there? Super Bowl winner Mike Holmgren. Of
the, hold on, the Green Bay Packers.
Very good. Who was his quarterback?
Bart Starr. No. No. I know this.
What the hell is going on here?
I know the answer. My name isn't coming out.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre, yes.
Other coaches in running: Bill Arnsparger, who I think was with the Giants. Alex Gibbs, who was the offensive line coach, was here with the Falcons and the Broncos.
Washington Redskins, I believe.
No, you're thinking of Joe Gibbs. This is an offensive line coach.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, he may have been a head coach at one point. Chuck Knox of the
Rams. LA Rams.
And the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Buddy Parker, which I don't know. Marty Schottenheimer, who was with Kansas City and Cleveland.
Yeah, that's right.
When Elway came back on him. Yeah. Clark Shaughnessy, I don't know him. Nope. And a man whose bus should already be in Canton, Ohio. A player, played in the Super Bowl for the Cowboys. Coach, he was a player coach for the Cowboys. Played in took two teams to Super Bowls as a head coach. A great Southern gentleman down there in South Georgia. Coached the New York Giants, the Denver Broncos, took them to the Super Bowl, and took the Falcons to the Super Bowl.
What's
oh my God.
I know he won't come out. Don Shula.
Dan Reeves.
Dan Reeves, I mean.
I saw my Dan Reeves signed football. He got me. He was a very nice gentleman. I tell you the time he was down there about Americus. And I had a T-shirt, the America's Pall Bearers, which was a minor league team, 1926.
Pall Bearers?
And it showed baseball players carrying a coffin. And I was out there in Swanee or Flowery Branch, I forget which. And the whole time he's doing the interview, he keeps staring at my T-shirt because he's from down there. And he says, "Oh, America's Pall Bearers." And I said, "Do you remember the team?" And he goes, "It's 1926. How old do you think I am?"
That's pretty cool.
While the media is busy already placing Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin in the open Gators gig,
here we go.
Former Florida legend Steve Spurrier says there's another coach who'd make a great fit.
Yeah.
Spurrier likes Kiffin, but says Eli Drinkwitz of Mizzou would be a good hire, too. Boy, the Gators fans would not be happy if that happens because they want Kiffin.
Yeah.
And he might go. You never know. ESPN's College Game Day extravaganza will be in Nashville Saturday for the 10th-ranked Commodores. Wow, that's weird to say. Yeah. Hosting the 15th-ranked Tigers of
LSU. Of Missouri.
Very good. How the hell a 5-2 LSU team is still in the top?
I know.
I have
heard
no
you talking
idea.
about that. Yeah, I know.
Buccaneers receiver and Falcons killer Mike Evans, may be the end, suffered a concussion and broken collarbone in their loss in Detroit last night. And I swear it's concrete they land on.
Yeah.
It don't matter what padding they got in there. It's still concrete.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And they're talking about that Detroit's turnaround, too. I mean,
this could be the year.
Yeah.
If not, it's going to start fading because it's time. I just said that about LeBron James. So that's all the sports I have.
I got one more quick little thing here, if you don't mind, sir. On this day,
What she said.
1979. Oh, there's always time, baby. You start without me. I'll catch up.
I'll catch up. I'll start without me. They love hearing that, too.
You get started, honey. I'll be right there.
They love hearing that.
Really,
there's the music.
Oh, darn. 1979, Norwegian runner Greta Waltz.
Yeah?
Becomes the first woman to run a marathon in under 2.5 hours. Remember her running a marathon and she went to the bathroom while she was doing it and had to, the bad kind.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, the
I don't want to
Norwegian
remember
chick,
that.
the blonde chick.
Oh, I don't remember
Running
that.
a marathon and she was, 5:30. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, God.
Did you miss Neil Bortz?
I am shocked.
Don't worry. He's live anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Oh, that radio show.
Did traffic cause you to miss some of the Kimmer Show? Get it on the app.
It's all the kids talk about on Monday at school.
With anytime show replays from the Kimmer, Bortz, The Morning Extra, Clay and Buck, and so much more. Plus local headlines and breaking news. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
I used to run Bear Thoughts, but I didn't used to poop my pants while I was doing it. And now the rest of the program. 531, how's it going? It's good to be here making it after all. Shut up. Great news, Atlanta Safe House. I love these guys. Jeff and Mark, you hear them on the radio all the time. These guys are beautiful. I mean, they're patriots. They don't goof around. They make jokes about our former president and stuff, and God bless America for what we have going for us now. And they treat you, the customer, the same way. They respect you, and they got great news for you. You're going to save a bundle of money, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, because they're moving their warehouse from Industrial Boulevard and Ackworth into Alpharetta. So they'd rather sell the safes they have right now while they're there instead of packing them up and moving and doing all of stuff like that. See, it makes sense. Anyway, Atlanta Safe House, and they have said, don't forget, no sales tax on gun safes. And those pistol safes and rifle safes, and they have safes for bows and arrows. They have safes for jewelry and cash and secret drawers. They can build you a vault drawer. Door. They can build you a family storm shelter, for crying out loud. And they have special stuff, too. I never talk about the special stuff. Biometric electronic lock. This is big time Charlie. Barrel racks, bow hangers. I mean, they got it all. Atlanta Safe House. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. You're going to save bundles and bundles of money. They got all the top brands, and you're always going to save something. AtlantaSafehouse.com.
This fall, the gridiron calls, which means you'll be road tripping to games across the South, and you'll need a reliable ride to get you there. And Subaru of Gwinnett has the vehicle for you. But a new car, truck, or SUV from Subaru of Gwinnett is about way more than just getting to the games. It's about getting the family home. It's about getting to work safely, but it's also about getting the most out of every adventure. If you're driven by an adventurous heart, the 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Or maybe it's the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. It holds the road with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and it holds everything you need for the tailgate. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and let your adventurous mind run wild. Then stop in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. It's back and bigger than ever. The Fan and Extra 106.3 small business event is now a casino night. Thursday, November 20th, your business can play, network, and win. With your table sponsorship, you'll get mentions in all event promos, a commercial chips to play, and a shot at marketing prizes worth up to $50,000. So don't wait. Email biz@680thefan.com. That's BIZ at 680thefan.com. Lock in your spot for casino night before the tables are gone.
further than any other team.
Give me a break. There we go. Oh, look out. Here we go. Stand by. Dun, 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 dun. This is the Spencer Davis Group, I believe, from... or the Beatles.
No, Spencer. They discovered the fuzz box, obviously.
Apparently. I was on this day in 1965. The Spencer Davis Group recorded Keep On Running at Pi Studios in London, England. The track went to top the British chart the following January. All right, sir. Our birthday list includes Benjamin Netanyahu, Israeli Prime Minister, 76 years old today. And on this day in history, 1967, Washington, D.C., 100,000 people gathered to protest the American war effort in Vietnam. 1967, 50,000 protesters marched to the Pentagon saying, "End this thing now." It was the most dramatic sign of what became waning U.S. support for President Johnson's, it says here, waning U.S. support for President Lyndon Johnson's war in Vietnam. Well, that's not the way I look at it. Lyndon Johnson's war, please.
I think, but he was most responsible.
Well,
for
he
it.
escalated the crap out of it. It was Kennedy started, but still Johnson, kept going. It was, but still, I didn't look at it that way.
Okay.
Sorry. No, I'm just, I'm sorry. I just...
I know because I was there.
I was in some classroom. No, I just say that's what I requested my orders anyway. Jeez. All right, hold on. Sorry. Polls taken in the summer 1967 revealed that for the first time, American support for the war had fallen below 50%. The Johnson administration responded by launching the propaganda campaign to restore public confidence. And I remember General William Westmoreland, the commander of forces in Vietnam, was called back to America to address the public and Congress. It was somewhat successful in tempering the war, but then the Tet Offensive, a few months later, early 1968, destroyed their credibility concerning Vietnam, and that was pretty much the ball game. And then after that, whatever. So,
we were thinking, I would have run marathons years ago if I knew you could crap your pants while you were doing it.
I mean, the poor girl. I remember
that's what held me back.
And I can't even describe how she tried to stop
thing.
the. I mean, it was horrible, and I think she still won, if I'm not mistaken. This had me back from the.
She did the Jerry Nadler over the line.
He looks like he's got to go bad. He takes a little steps.
There's a turtle. There's a turtle.
Oh my God. Anyway, 5:39. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. Any surprises on the game last night? The baseball game.
It was a good game, and you thought, well, maybe Seattle's finally going to do it. And then what a crushing blow for him to get up there. And that poor guy. And see, the manager, that Wu guy who put the guys on base for the reliever to come in and give up the 3-run homer, that Wu guy hadn't really pitched in like a month or maybe once. Yeah. And he put him out there. And
and they showed a chart. I saw a chart might have been this morning of the who's the Spanish guy, the junior, somebody Calabrero or Cabrera.
Julio Rodriguez
for
Vlad
Toronto.
Guerrero.
Vlad Guerrero Jr. and the guy who hit the home run last night,
George Springer,
both tied each other, setting a record. Both had 3 home runs in a division series and like 10 extra base hits or something. And they both set the record for a playoff series. It was unbelievable. And talk about a time to come through.
Meanwhile, Shohei's going, 3 home runs in a series. That's quaint.
A series?
That's quaint.
7 games? He
did it in one friggin' night.
I still can't get over that performance. I mean, unbelievable.
And that no pitcher had ever let off a game with a home run.
And he can still pitch. I mean, he's still...
6 innings, 10 strikeouts, scoreless.
It's unbelievable. Anyway, I know. I'll watch it.
How many athletes have we just overlooked in the last 50 years that could have done that both ways? And we just, in the baseball, poobahs just went, no, you can only do one.
Well, historically, the best players on Little League teams are pitchers and shortstops. And at some point, things change, and of course, people used to play more than one sport a year too. They didn't do year-round baseball until recent decades. But I think it's really surprising to me, and I still find it hard to believe that you can't pitch and also hit.
Well, Ruth proved you could do that in the 1920s or 18s.
They're the athletes.
What?
Yeah.
And then baseball said, oh, no, you can't do that for 70 years. I mean, that's stupid.
Yeah. And for that matter, I'll bet you there are a bunch of shortstops who have an arm that they can do a 1 or 2 innings in relief pitching and just blow the thing in there. And,
You know who could have done that? Shawan Dunston.
Oh, I remember Shawan
of the
playing
Cubs.
Chicago Cubs.
In fact,
I watched him.
Mark Grace would slow it down.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah, you're going to break my hand. Yeah. He could really hurt.
Jeez.
Anyway, Kimmer Pete Flounder, and we got just news popping up here. We'll do a little newsy stuff here for a second. Donald Trump talking about the Democrats once again, and he was on his game earlier today, talking about the shutdowns and stuff. He said Donald Trump, the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, and the Democrats are holding the whole government hostage, and we will not be extorted on this crazy plot of theirs. They need to vote for clean. Well, he's been saying to vote for the thing they've done 11 times. They're being obstructionists. They're doing it because we're doing so well. We're doing well all over the world. He said Schumer's in deep trouble. The suspected child molester is losing in all the polls, even losing AOC plus 3. Talking about the members of the so-called squad. You can call it the Schumer shutdown or Democrat shutdown. But and again, how did they possibly think that they're going to get away with this? I mean, seriously.
People are realizing, and that's why Trump's numbers are still up.
Illegal immigrants' health care.
And people are realizing, it's really not affecting my life much.
Yeah.
And there's some people it is. I understand that. But for most people, the only thing it's affected me on my chart for Piedmont Hospital, they sent me this test thing, and I looked at it, and there was a word I didn't understand. So it says, go to this website, and it'll tell you what this means. And it's a government website, and it says we can't do that right now.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's affected.
And by the way, the people who are not getting paid will get paid. They always get their money. They always get their money. And
for not working.
Yeah, right. They get a vacation.
This is a vacation.
Right. Even the air traffic controllers are calling in sick because, well, if I'm not getting paid, I'm not going to work. I mean, that's
TSA. TSA's doing that big time.
Are they too? Also, I know the air traffic controllers are doing it.
You want to hear something weird?
Yes.
That Wu character we were talking about, the pitcher for the Mariners, who helped blow the game, was being interviewed afterwards in the locker room, and somebody pretty much let go. You want to?
Having gone further than any other team in franchise history.
Legacy is
having.
That was Julio Rodriguez. Mad, angry, upset, screaming.
Wow. Well, their season's over. They're going to watch
close.
again. They've never made the World Series.
60 homer season.
That's horrible. Yeah.
What's his face? Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh.
Big dumper.
Yeah.
He does have a big dumper.
And what a story that guy is, by the way, too. I mean, I didn't know him until all of a sudden he started hitting all those home runs.
And a good catcher too. Had one pass ball, and that was in the playoffs all year.
Yeah. He deserves better. John Brennan is going to be indicted apparently. Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, says she got a letter and they're looking into making his making false statements to Congress, and they got him dead to rights. Again, just a quick update in case you just joined us. And they're still fighting about, I really do believe that Chuck Schumer is afraid of offending the far left. I mean, it sounds like such a cliche because they're all saying it. They're afraid of offending the far left part of the Democrat Party instead of saying, all right, you people, get off my freaking back. If we don't cooperate with this people, we're screwed.
Nobody's in charge anymore over there.
Who is?
And they're afraid of the violence on the far left, too.
And by the way, there's more beating and more throwing stuff at cops and gunfire now. Did I hear something about, in
L.A.?
In L.A.?
Yeah. The federal agents, 2 of them were shot, and the guy was shot, and nobody's really badly shot.
But still, my God. And is there any other conclusion that the Democrats and these freaking politicians who are saying ICE agents are a bunch of Nazis, and all these teachers running around saying, I hope Donald Trump dies, and I hope these ICE agents all go to hell, and in fact, who was it? Was it Don Lemon who said all the black and brown boys and men, black guys and brown guys should all buy guns so you can fight ICE agents if they come to take you? He said you should have every black and brown guy. He didn't say everybody. He said every black and brown guy should buy a gun so when the ICE agents come to your door, you're armed. Because if they try to take you, you have a right to defend yourself in your own home. I swear to God, I saw it on freaking TV on this podcast, something. It popped up on my phone.
You live by the sword,
unbelievable.
You die by the sword, and if you call for violence, karma can come back and put it on you.
I saw people interviewed in this just yesterday about a guy said, oh, yeah, if I had a chance to kill him, I would. I mean, they're still talking like that.
I know. Well, you know what? They'll do that until one of theirs gets shot, and then we're all supposed to get down and cry about it.
Yeah. Well, it's like when Biden became president, he basically eliminated the pipeline. So he took 20,000 people and basically killed their jobs, and nobody complained about that. And now we're trying to do the right thing to save. Anyway, these freaking phonies. It's 5:47 already.
Sound like Holden Caulfield over there. Phonies.
Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Look out, here we go. Oh, mercy.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Go beyond just a baseball game with your Atlanta Braves and check out Truist Park's Ballpark Tour. See the ballpark like never before and explore the franchise's rich history with artifacts, exhibits, and more, led by tour guides who will take you to places behind the scenes that most fans have never seen before, including the press box, premium club spaces, and of course, step onto the field where your favorite Braves players battle it out during the season. And each tour comes with a complimentary player chain necklace. Visit Braves.com/tours to purchase your tickets today. And did you know Truist Park can host your next event? As a year-round facility, we host private events ranging from corporate meetings, trade shows, team building events, holiday parties, rehearsal dinners, you name it, Truist Park can host it. Visit Braves.com/events to get started on creating an experience like never before with one of Truist Park's unique venues. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Skag. Fall has arrived, and with it, big jobs for your business. From leaf piles growing to debris cleanup, you'll need equipment that can keep up with the work. At Howard Brothers, they've got you covered with a full lineup of Skag street blowers, vacuums, and debris loaders. Some of the most powerful tools in the industry. With Skag, you'll tackle every job with ease and deliver the premium service your customers expect. You demand simply the best, and that's exactly what Skag delivers. Stop by your local Howard Brothers today and gear up for the fall work heading your way.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check them out online at atlturfco.com.
Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. A little Buddy Holly here for you. That was one of the last hits. Buddy Holly in 1958 on this day had his last recording session at Pythian Temple Studios in New York. The songs he recorded including Raining in My Heart, Moon Dreams, and It Doesn't Matter Anymore, which became a #1 hit. His last recording session, Buddy Holly. Let's see. The guy who played rhythm guitar on parts of Thriller with the Jackson People, Toto guitarist Steve Lukather's 68 today. And Charlotte Caffey wrote the We Got the Beat for the Go-Go's, 72.
Great song.
Yes, sir. And on this day in history, we salute the Navy and Reckenbacher a little while ago. Well, one more thing here in history note today, 1948. Jesse Brown earns his pilot wings, becoming the U.S. Navy's first black aviator, 1948. In 1950, he also became the first black naval aviator killed in action in the Korean War. Excuse me. The USS Jesse Brown, launched in 1972, was the first American Navy ship named in honor of a black naval officer who was also the recipient of the Distinguished Flying Cross. Anyway, Semper Fi and ship ahoy, my friend. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Oh, Hillary Rodham, Peace Stinky Fart Cabbage is going nuts, and we tease her because of the freaking ballroom thing. Now, I heard you earlier talking about this, and these freaking liberals say to anything. The Trump derangement syndrome is way out of control. In fact, we just saw on Fox TV a second ago, was it a series of...
she had photos, like 100-year-old photos showing the White House looking like it had been bombed.
The White House has had renovations, for decades. Hell, they burned it down.
The British did.
What is 1813? Yeah. The Second Revolutionary War, the War of 1812. The British burned the free. Hell, Nixon covered over the swimming pool to make a bowling alley, and then it became a tennis court and Puttitat made it a freaking basketball court for the brothers.
Oh, that's not stereotypical, is
it? Anyway, so Hillary's going nuts.
Who cares?
She says it's not his house. It's not his house. He shouldn't change anything. It's your house. It's people's house. He's destroying it.
Well, she's probably worried there might be some bodies they might find that they're buried.
Well, I guarantee you she's a murderer.
Well, you shouldn't steal things from the White House when you leave either.
She took all the china and the silver and all that. She took all the gifts and everything. Yeah, these dirty rats. And then they made, what, $200 million in their Clinton Foundation?
Didn't they take the W's out of the typewriters?
Yeah, every typewriter was missing a W in the White House staff. All the offices, all the
Stole
W's
the
are
dime.
gone.
Yeah,
when George W.
dishes.
Bush, when Bush 2 was in. Yep, that's right. Absolutely correct. Let's see. Beautification and Donald Trump, last I heard, he's paying for it.
Yes, this isn't for the first time.
Yeah, so
it's
who cares?
not.
It's him, and he's got private donors that are donating and doing it.
It's one place. It's not the whole thing like the others have done.
I mean, it's unbelievable. And by the way, we haven't really covered this story too much, but you know the story of the Democratic candidate running for, gubernatorial candidate, the girl Cheryl in New Jersey. She was a graduate of the Naval Academy.
Cheater.
But she was also reprimanded and seriously not allowed to walk at graduation because she didn't tell what was going on with a cheater. Well, now a former classmate says there's a little more to the story. She's concealing her true involvement in the massive cheating scandal that rocked the Naval Academy in the 90s. Senior research fellow served 28 years, hold on, I got my freaking thing there. 26 years in the Navy, suggested that this girl Cheryl's involvement goes way, way deeper. To get the punishment, she would have had to have lied or obscured the facts for sure. Either she certainly lied or obscured facts. I'd say lying because that's why she didn't graduate across the stage. If you just didn't report something, that's not grounds for an honor code violation. And so, I mean, and the people running for office these days, holy cow. And then you got the other guy, that John Jay. Holy smokes, what a scumbag.
Yeah.
The one calling for the death of I hope that your murdered children in the arms of your mother die in the arms of your mother after murdering your... I mean, God. And he apologized, of course, and now they're still supporting him, the Democrats. I mean,
they don't seem to. They keep pushing for more and more violence. If it really does hit the fan, do they think they're going to win?
No. You seen those people doing their little silly dances in the streets about ice and stuff?
Dances. Like that's going to change anything.
The kumbaya, old timers, the 80-year-old goofballs, baby boomers like me. It's disgusting. They look like idiots.
You won't need a gun, just a good baseball bat.
God. Just boo, Come up behind him. Boo. Ah. Anyway, I don't even know. We got a little Flauda's funny back here. I bet you probably.
I just told her. I was like, I just said I'm sad. And she just went, oh. She's like, was it something I did? Did I do something? I said, no, you and me are great. You and me are great. This is some from a long time ago. That I just been thinking it's been coming up and all of that. It's just been really bothering me. And she goes, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry. And then she just walked out of the room. And I couldn't even get mad at her. I was just envious, right? I was like, I didn't know you could do that. All these years of listening to you dump your day on me. Having to actively listen. Mandy said that to you? No, she didn't. Oh, my goodness. So what did you say? Oh, you said that? No, you were totally within your right to say that. And I feel proud to be with you knowing that you stuck up for yourself in that moment. Jesus Christ.
Bill Burr.
I didn't realize that I could just be like, oh, that's between you and Mandy? All right, take it easy. Good luck with that. I'm going to go watch some hockey. That is some you and Mandy. Let me know how that works out. Or don't. I don't give a
freaking Bill Burr. It's out of control. All right, boys. To hump day tomorrow. Holy crap. In the meantime, Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb.
The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
President Trump with that comment to reporters as the second summit between him and Russian President Vladimir Putin